grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. 5:08 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
Every business needs great people, and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You've heard me talk about Roland's Jewelers in downtown Libertyville. You know, they're the absolute perfect place to get a gift for the mother in your life. With Mother's Day around the corner, Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 13th. Well, at Roland's, you're going to find gifts that'll tell mom how much you love her, how much you appreciate her. I love the things that Roland's Jewelers offers. I wear a watch from there, one of these great Shinola watches. Roland's has designer brands for mom like Simon G. Now, Simon G believes everything you wear ought to reflect who you are. At Roland's, experience the elegant Simon G boutique with classic to unique designs to capture, well, your own personal style. Roland's Jewelers, the place to find memorable jewelry for mom this Mother's Day. They're the perfect stop. When you stop in to pick up a gift for mom, make sure to check out their newly designed showroom. They just had their grand reopening. Visit Roland's in downtown Libertyville. Just go to RolandsJewelers.com. Roland's is ROLLANDS. Roland's Jewelers, a family-owned jeweler you can trust.
If you did not purchase health insurance coverage during the 2017 open enrollment, I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time during the year. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other health insurance carriers. If you are between the ages of 19 and 64, you are automatically paying for maternity coverage whether you want the coverage or not. If you are a non-smoking 50-year-old male or female living in the city of Chicago, the monthly premium rate for a 100% tax-deductible health savings account PPO plan would be $590 per month. But I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity benefit and lower your monthly premiums down to approximately $240 per month. To see if you qualify or for more information, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
5:11. Time on AM 560. Time for a dry basement and a healthy home. Of course, it's time to call Permaseal 800-421-SEAL. And time to check the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. We welcome in Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. Happy to say we're off to a drier and, for the most part, smoother start than yesterday. There is a closure in Crystal Lake of northbound McHenry Avenue, Virginia Street, that's 14 in Crystal Lake. Rosedale, that's water main repair work. Road's scheduled to reopen by 7. West Loop got a crash on Halstead at Madison. The Ryan inbound has been heavy 18th to the Burns Circle after some overnight work. Still about a 5-minute delay there. Westbound Reagan Tollway, mild delays from the Tri-State to 83 with overnight work. The other expressways and tollways right now looking just fine. Traffic is a service of Napa. Nothing like a little rain to remind you that it's time to change your windshield wipers. Luckily, you're a quick stop at Napa away from new wiper blades and a streakless windshield. So stop by your local Napa this month for great deals on Napa Exact Fit wiper blades. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answers starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Here's meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Today, intervals of clouds and sun, high 73. Cloudy and cooler tonight with late night showers, low 46. Cloudy, breezy, and cooler for the day tomorrow with occasional rain and a thunderstorm, high 57. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
60 at O'Hare, 62 along Chicago's lakefront. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. And just a few hours ago, President Trump met the 3 Americans who have been freed, were imprisoned by the regime in North Korea, and now have been freed. They released a statement in advance of the meeting with the president. Mm-hmm. We would like to express our deep appreciation to the United States government, President Trump, Secretary Pompeo, and the people of the United States for bringing us home. We thank God and all our families and friends who prayed for us and for our return. God bless America, the greatest nation in the world, concluded the statement. 3 Americans, 2 of them were academics, or are academics, I should say, and the other is a businessman. They've been there for just under a couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years. One has been there longer. He was there during the Obama administration. Then the other 2 were taken into custody, forced to work at labor camps. So they were in good health. They were in good spirits. They got off the plane, Dan, with the victory sign. 2 of the 3 did. And guess who else was there? Melania. Oh, yeah. She got out of bed at 1 o'clock in the morning to go greet them with President Trump. They boarded the plane, spoke with the Americans, and then they all deplaned together, and it was quite a moment.
Proudest achievement will be, this is a part of it, but will be when we denuclearize that entire peninsula. This is what people have been waiting for a long time. Nobody thought we could be on this track in terms of speed. So I'm very honored to have helped the 3 folks. They're great people. You know, I got to speak to them on the plane. These are great people. They've been through a lot, but it's a great honor. But the true honor is going to be if we have a victory in getting rid of nuclear weapons.
Yeah, and there's no question this is an accomplishment for the Trump administration. Yeah. Any hostage release is, Bo Bergdahl wasn't. Any hostage release of non-deserters and without an exchange of releasing terrorists into the wild is a victory for any presidential administration. And also, I note Trump did not take the bait, did not take the D.C. press corps' Nobel bait.
No, he did not, but they did ask him, and of course he responded.
Do you deserve the Nobel Prize, do you think? Everyone thinks so, but I would never say it. You know what I want to do? I want to get it finished. The prize I want is victory for the world, not for even here. I want victory for the world, because that's what we're talking about. So that's the only prize I want.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about that?
Only prize I want. So Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, he stayed behind.
He's been AWOL, according to the New York Times.
Are you serious? No, he was there. He got the prisoners released, put them on a plane. He stayed back to finalize the details between the meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un.
Oh, I know what he was doing. My point is that the New York Times, when he was shuttling over to North Korea, Mike Pompeo's AWOL.
They did not.
Like he just got confirmed and he went to Cabo.
Yeah, to an all-inclusive.
It's incredible.
Buffet.
Yeah.
But President Trump, I mean, he had a bounce in his step, and he should have, because this is a huge accomplishment.
We very much appreciate that he allowed them to go before the meeting. It was sort of understood that we'd be able to get these three terrific people during the meeting and bring them home after the meeting. And he was nice in letting them go before the meeting. I mean, frankly, we didn't think this was going to happen, and it did. So you could say we're a little bit of it was a very important thing to all of us to be able to get these three great people out.
Good for him.
And Amy, I suppose we should mention the names. I'll let you go ahead and.
No. Oh no.
You don't want.
I know two of them worked at a Christian university.
Don't you want your We Too Low moment here?
I'm gonna give that to you. You can have it.
Kim Dong Chul, Kim Hak Song, and Kim Sang Duck.
You are making that up.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo,
right.
Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao.
Bang Ding Ao.
The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214.
And if you can't believe the NTSB and you're a local television reader, who can you believe?
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
Those are really their names? Kim Dong Chul,
oh boy.
Kim Hak Song, and Kim Sang Duk.
Oh boy. All right, better turn her off before we get shut down by the FCC.
Or otherwise known as Tony Kim. I like Tony Kim.
Yeah, that's easier.
Third one. Forecast for today. We are going to have intervals of clouds and sun. It's going to be 73 degrees, but of course, cooler near the lake, the title of Dan Proft's upcoming novel. It's only going to be about 60 degrees at the lakefront today. Tonight, considerable clouds, late night showers, a low of 46. And for tomorrow, wow, we're going to be back in the cold and the rain, or occasional rain, and a thunderstorm, a high in the mid-50s. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's a man with excellent pronunciation of all names and places. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. On the inbound Riot, that one's easy. Traffic's heavy from the Stevenson into the Burns Circle. It's 20 minutes, 95th to downtown. There was some overnight road work there. It's cleared. Outbound at 87th, the on-ramp still closed till 6 a.m. No delays, though, in that area. Aiden's is fine. The Kennedy 2 reversals open on the inbound side. That's the reversibles. The Eisenhower and the Stevenson look good. Bishop Ford, little heavy approaching the merge. The tollways are fine right now. There's a closure in Crystal Lake of northbound McHenry Avenue from 14 to Rosedale. That's water main work. The road should open by 7. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Americans in every tax bracket got a tax cut thanks to the tax bill signed into law last year. The economy is growing, wages are rising, and Americans are feeling better about the future. And you've got more money to spend on what's important to you and your priorities. It is your money, after all. But Democrats in Congress who voted against the tax cuts are promising to raise your taxes if they win in November. They want their crumbs back. They want you to take your money. They want to take your money back to spend on their priorities. Only you can stop them. To find out how much more of your money you get to keep instead of sending it to D.C., go to taxcutswork.com now. There's an easy-to-use calculator, and it'll tell you how much money the new tax cuts are saving you this year. Check your savings at taxcutswork.com, then sign a letter to Congress telling them to keep their hands off your tax cut savings. Go to taxcutswork.com because the money you're saving is yours. Taxcutswork.com. Check your savings and let Congress know you want to keep your savings.
If you're missing teeth or even a single tooth, dental implants are a fantastic way to regain your confidence, your smile, your dental health. Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You hear a lot of people screaming at you about dental implants. Get it done in a day, or we can treat everybody, or hundreds of thousands of implants. Look, successful implants don't come from an implant factory. What you don't hear talked about is skill, treatment, and installation. These are what make for successful lifelong implants. And that's why you need to see Dr. Norouzi at Fox River Periodontics. Dr. Norouzi is the recommended choice of dentists that don't do implants. You need the experience, skill, and honesty that 24 years of dental implants brings.
This is Dr. Norouzi. I personally guarantee your happiness with your implants.
Call Fox River Periodontics, 630-232-7400, 630-232-7400, or just remember, implantsforme.com, implantsforme.com.
We live in exciting times. The rapid evolution of technology in industrial robotic automation systems offers a multitude of solutions designed to give manufacturers a competitive advantage. From ergonomics, quality control, and the need to meet increased production goals while improving the lives of everybody on the factory floor, industrial robotic automation can mean increased profitability and higher quality jobs. Matrix Industrial Automation has built a reputation as an industry leader in developing, building, and installing a wide range of turnkey robotic automation systems. Manufacturers big and small, local and worldwide, depend on Matrix to deliver the most optimal and robust industrial automation systems with improved ROI in mind. Nearly 2 decades of experience and hundreds of installed systems is why Matrix Industrial Automation, headquartered in Bartlett, Illinois, are the industrial automation experts. For information or to schedule a free automation consultation, visit matrixindustrialautomation.com or call 847-841-8260. That's matrixindustrialautomation.com.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just 1 day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
AM 560, The Answer.
Thomas Sarr, Dan and Amy, and talking about the release of those 3 American hostages. President Trump meeting them in the wee hours this morning. And I thought it was also a nice touch that he mentioned Otto Warmbier.
Yeah.
Who, of course, remember his parents being at the State of the Union address and him memorializing Otto Warmbier there as well. But there are people that he didn't mention that he should have. Tony on the South Side, of course, he is known in Chicago as the man who gave President Trump the moniker Tangerine Jesus. Tony on the South Side wants to remember others who were instrumental in this.
Okay.
Tony?
That is correct, Dan. I sure do. Hey, before I get to that, though, you know what? Tangerine Jesus, this is a great start for him. If he can get Kimmy Un's firework factory shut down, then that's it. He's Tangerine Jesus. Anyway, here's the thing. Who's this Pompeo guy? This deserter to Cabo.
Pompeo.
Yeah. Pompeo, yeah. What's he doing? That was Jesse Jackson's job to get those people out of there. Come on now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's true.
Yeah, because
thank you for giving credit where credit's due, Tony.
Well, Dan, while you were gone, we had Reverend Jackson on.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
Yes. The phone line wasn't too good on his part. But that's what he was joining us because he was planning on going to North Korea to try and get them out.
Let's give him credit anyway. Did he ever go?
No.
Oh, well, it's
just last week.
It's like a Lifetime Achievement Award. What about Trump's apprentice, Dennis Rodman? Doesn't he get credit in all this, too?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
For distributing unearned credit.
Yeah.
Chuck and Delavan.
Hi, Chuck and Delavan. My grandfather was born in 1889, and there was a lot of things happening in his lifetime. But one thing he did tell me was he never trust anyone who eats a dog. Thank you.
Who what?
Okay.
I didn't hear him.
He would never trust anyone who eats a dog.
Oh.
His grandfather gave him that advice.
Okay.
And that's why Chuck and Delavan grew up into the man that he is today. Okay.
Steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
For more than a half century, Mueller CPA and Financial Advisory has provided audit, tax, outsourced accounting, business consulting, and financial advisory services to Chicagoland companies. Mueller provides customized financial guidance to a client base that includes independent business owners, startups, local government, and nonprofits. I'm with Dave Nissen, Mueller Managing Partner.
Thanks, Dan. Mueller values being part of the community for the last 50 years, meeting our clients' financial service needs. A major component of meeting those needs is our professionals' superb knowledge and their ability to deliver timely and quality solutions to meet our clients' challenges. Whether you're interested in tax minimization strategies, looking to expand your business, or need assistance with business planning, our team can help. Our goal is your company's financial success today and over a lifetime.
For questions about how the recent legislative changes can specifically affect your business or how to effectively plan for these changes, call Dave Nissen at 847-888-8600 or visit MuellerCPA.com. That's Mueller, Mueller, CPA.com.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof?
I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you?
I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Visit CVS. Get a $10 cash card when you spend $30 on these great deals and more at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy. This week only, stock up on Scott paper towels for just $5.49 and surprise mom with select Ferrero chocolates. Buy one, get one free. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details. Visit CVS.
AM 560, The Answer.
So also we should mention that Vice President Mike Pence was there, and so was his beautiful wife. They were there, and it was
Mrs. Pence. Mike Pence does not mean released hostages without his wife present.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was great. This is a big win, I think, for President Trump and the administration, and I'm happy. And of course, their family members were all there. We'll play the audio later, but you can hear them. Everyone's cheering when they walk down the stairs.
No, it's
and
great.
hugging their family
It's
members.
great.
I mean, it makes you cry. It's real emotional. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Gina Haspel held up pretty well under TV interrogation by U.S. senators. We'll talk about the soon-to-be CIA director, new CIA director at 5:38.
And one Republican senator that was not present does not want her confirmed. We'll explain. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
60 degrees, clear skies. 3 U.S. citizens detained by North Korea back on American soil, landing overnight at Andrews Air Force Base, where President Trump was on hand to greet the men, offering his thanks as well to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
I really think he wants to do something. I think he did this because I really think he wants to do something and bring that country into the real world. I really believe that.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo secured the release of the former prisoners during a visit to Pyongyang this week. The Israeli military says Iranian forces in Syria fired rockets at Israeli positions in the Golan Heights. Israel's Iron Dome air defense system intercepted some of those rockets. No injuries reported. Israel has responded, they say, to that attack. California Senators Dianne Feinstein and Kamala Harris took dead aim at President Trump's pick for CIA director on Capitol Hill yesterday. Gina Haspel grilled by Senator Harris over enhanced interrogation.
It's a yes or no answer. Senator, I believe that did extraordinary work to prevent another attack on this country, given the legal tools that we were authorized to use. Please answer yes or no. Senator, I think I've answered the question. No, you've not.
In her testimony, Haspel offered her personal commitment. Under her leadership, the CIA would not restart any controversial detention or interrogation programs. The Secretary of Defense says the U.S. withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal because the agreement was inadequate.
So we will work with our allies and try to bring Iran back into more responsible behavior, at the same time addressing all 5 of the threats that Iran constitutes.
At a Senate hearing over the new Senate defense budget, Secretary James Mattis says the U.S. will continue to work with its allies. European oil traders and refiners this morning are getting ready to stop buying crude oil from Iran after the U.S. reimposed sanctions on the Islamic Republic. Scientists say a major eruption could be looming for Hawaii's Kilauea volcano. Jury selection expected to begin today in Missouri Governor Eric Greitens' invasion of privacy trial. More states being added to the list of those impacted by the E. coli outbreak. The CDC tells us the outbreak has spread to 29 states, most recently to Florida. A 4-year-old girl who was kidnapped in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood is safe. This morning, Chicago police say Ivana Collins Briscoe, reported missing yesterday, has been found. The ATF agent who was shot last week on Chicago's South Side is out of the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced today in his tax case. He could receive 2 more years in prison. And Lori Lightfoot will officially announce her run for Chicago mayor later today. Cubs beat the Marlins 13-4 for a 3-game sweep at Wrigley. Nate Jones gave up 4 in the top of the 9th. White Sox lost to the Pirates 6-5. Cubs and White Sox renewing their rivalry with the first of 3 at Wrigley tomorrow afternoon. The news, a service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs, Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country with great rates, 0 fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. 5:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher thinks the Democrats are scrambling.
This is so crazy. The left is in such a frenzy. The DNC lawsuit suing WikiLeaks and the Trump campaign. Russia. Sue Russia, because that'll work. It's nuts. We are in Crazyville.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas. Great coffee, period. Quality doors and windows are one of the smartest investments you can make. They improve your home's appearance and save you money on energy bills year-round. Say goodbye to high-pressure sales tactics and enjoy the best window and door experience with Next Door and Window. Call now and schedule your free quote, 630-590-1370, or go online to nextdoorandwindow.com. Next Door and Window has wood-clad, vinyl, and fiberglass windows and doors. Their staff will help you find exactly what you want. Right now, get 10% off windows and doors with no money down and no payments for 1 year. Call 630-590-1370 or go to nextdoorandwindow.com to schedule your free quote. Choose from 3 showrooms in Chicagoland, Arlington Heights, Burr Ridge, and Naperville. Call 630-590-1370 or go to nextdoorandwindow.com to schedule your free quote and for finance qualifications.
Next Door and Window, thousands of options, one perfect fit.
5:35. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. We're not seeing any delays on the Edens or the Kennedy just yet. Inbound Eisenhower, a little heavy Manheim to Des Plaines Avenue. It's 31 minutes from 390 to downtown. Outbound Pontiac 29. On Stevenson, got a 2-minute delay between First Avenue and Pulaski. Inbound Ryan, a 5-minute delay from Stevenson to the Circle. I-57. Heavy starting at 107th at 17 minutes, side to the merge, Bishopford 19. Tollways are good. No problems for Freeport on I-80. Westbound 89 Fort Grant. Roadwork in the 2 left lanes scheduled till 6 a.m. You're off service of Rogers and Hollins Jewelers. Hey, listeners, consider this your official reminder. Mother's Day is May 13th. Rogers and Hollins Diamond Sale is going on right now. Shop in-store and online for 30% off all diamond jewelry at Rogers and Hollins. Chicago's family-owned jewelry store for over 100 years. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Clouds and sun, 73 today. It will have a cooler night ahead, late-night showers, low 46. Cloudy, breezy, and cooler with occasional rain, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow, high near 57. Currently 60 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by 1-800-4BLIND-CHICAGO.com. Call 773-447-5448 and get the sun out of your eyes.
Let freedom ring this afternoon at 2 with Sean Hannity, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So Trump's nominee for CIA director, Gina Haspel, before the Senate yesterday, and I noted that she came with her own cheering section.
Bloody Gina! Bloody Gina! Bloody Gina!
So let's go back.
All right.
get back.
Senator Harris, please.
Oh, stop it.
Wait your turn.
There was a crazy lady in a red shirt and jeans who I thought she was yelling something else at first, and then I figured out she was yelling "Bloody Gina," because that's her name, and she claims that she was in charge of torturing people in some remote room in Thailand.
Right. Of course, this is what dominated the hearings, though to no great effect. I'll tell you what. Here's my proposal for a deal. What I've said if I was Gina Haspel.
Okay.
I will commit to not restarting any enhanced interrogation program at CIA if you all commit to stop these TV interrogations you call confirmation hearings. How about that? That's fair. Because these confirmation hearings are torturous. These senators it's a clown show other than for people to use Gina Haspel or whoever the nominee is for whatever post to make a point to the other side about their hypocrisy, like Tom Cotton did. It's a legitimate point. But with respect to Gina Haspel being at CIA during the time that enhanced interrogation was used on al-Qaeda suspects in the early 2000s, there were other people at CIA who went on to big jobs in the government, like CIA director, like Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, something Tom Cotton wanted to point out.
These programs were, to the best of your understanding, approved by the Commander-in-Chief, legally approved by the Attorney General, and supported by the director of the CIA, who I point out at the time was the former Democratic staff director of this committee. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator.
You said that you were not a senior manager when those programs were created. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Was John Brennan a member of the Senior Intelligence Service and the Deputy Executive Director at the time a senior manager, in your opinion?
Senator, I believe Mr. Brennan was the deputy exter of the agency at that time.
And you'd consider that a senior manager position at the CIA?
I believe it's the number 4 position.
For John Brennan, who was confirmed to be the CIA director by the following members of this committee: Senator Warner, Senator Feinstein, Senator Heinrich, Senator Collins, Senator King, Senator Burr, Senator Manchin, Senator Wyden, and Senator Rubio.
At least Manchin's, well, the others, some of those others will be too, but Manchin's being consistent. Joe Manchin announcing he is going to vote to confirm Gina Haspel, which sort of takes the air out of Rand Paul and John McCain's balloon.
Yeah, well, John McCain, obviously a prisoner of war for 5 years. He's not standing behind her, and he's urging others not to confirm this nomination for her to head the CIA. So I don't think Senator McCain's going to change his mind. I don't think he's going to be here to be voting and deciding. But the highlight for me yesterday was the exchange between Haspel and Kamala Harris. Did you hear this one?
Do you believe that the previous interrogation techniques were immoral?
Senator, I believe that CIA officers to whom you referred.
It's a yes or no answer. Do you believe the previous interrogation techniques were immoral? I'm not asking do you believe they were
Immoral
legal.
or
I'm
immoral?
asking do you believe they were immoral?
Senator, I believe that CIA did extraordinary work to prevent another attack on this country given the legal tools that we were authorized
Please
to use.
answer yes or no. Do you believe in hindsight that those techniques were immoral?
Senator, what I believe sitting here today is that I support the higher moral standard we have decided to hold ourselves
Can you
to.
please answer the question?
No, I just did. And that's
Senator,
your
I
answer.
think I've
Go
answered the
pound
question.
No,
sand.
you've not. Do you believe the previous techniques, now armed with hindsight, do you believe they were immoral? Yes or no?
Senator, I believe that we should hold ourselves to the moral standard outlined in the Army Field Manual.
I mean, Kamala Harris should be celebrating that this could be the first woman ever to head the CIA.
No.
The P-hat lady should be celebrating that the glass ceiling may be shattered soon.
Yeah, you can't shatter something that doesn't exist. But, yeah, even Haspel pointed that out in preparation for pandering to the identity politics crew represented by the Democrat senators. So that focus, Kamala Harris's a good example of it. Here's how they twist themselves into knots in order to try and make a point, have a gotcha moment, get on TV, or make an impression on TV. Jack Reed, Democrat from Rhode Island, he picked up on Kamala Harris's line of inquiry.
Oh no! What did he do?
And he tried to do a little bit of jujitsu rather than just asking her straight away, is torture immoral, essentially. What would you say if a CIA officer was tortured?
If one of your operators were captured, subjected to waterboarding and enhanced interrogation techniques, which you, I believe, supervise, would you consider that to be moral, since perhaps the other entity did not have legal restrictions, and good tradecraft, as you appeared to do when you were involved in it previously?
Senator, I don't believe the terrorists follow any guidelines or civilized norms or the law. CIA follows the law.
Excuse me, madam. You seem to be saying that you were not following civilized norms and the law or anything else when you were conducting those self-same activities, if that's the analogy you're going to draw.
Senator, I'm sorry, can you I can't.
Very simple. You have an operations officer who is captured. He's being waterboarded. I've asked you very simply, would you determine that to be immoral and something that should never be done, condoned in any way, shape, or form? Your response seems to be that civilized nations don't do it, but uncivilized nations do it, or uncivilized groups do it.
The United States does it.
A civilized nation was doing it until it was outlawed by this Congress.
Senator, I would never obviously support inhumane treatment of any CIA officers. We've lost CIA officers over the years to terrorists. I just gave an example. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed personally killed a Wall Street Journal correspondent and filmed that. I don't think there's any comparison between CIA officers serving their country, adhering to U.S. law, and terrorists who, by their very definition, are not following anybody's law.
And that shut Jack Reed up, as it should. The comparison is absurd, of course. And as it pertains to the rule of law, Jack Reed glossed over the fact that agree or disagree with the enhanced interrogation program. The Attorney General in the United States weighed in and suggested it was within the bounds of legality what was being done. You can argue about it. Sure you can. But the impression Jack Reed and Kamala Harris and some of the other Democrats want you to have is that Gina Haspel was running some kind of rogue operation or part of a rogue operation at CIA. It wasn't. So you want to argue the substance of it, fine, but let's give the full picture of the information and opinions of the law that Gina Haspel was operating under at the time.
Right. I mean, she was working with George W. Bush administration in their interrogation program, and she was at a CIA chamber in Thailand. Was she doing the waterboarding personally herself? No, but she was there, and that she was giving the orders from higher ups to get information out. And it was she brought up Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the
blind sheikh, or sheik.
Sheik.
What do you
I like
prefer?
sheik.
Sheikh or sheik?
I like chic.
All right, the blind sheik.
I can sing you a song later.
Not to be confused with the Iron Sheik from WW.
Oh, that's right, WWF.
Infamy.
Is he gone? Is he transitioned?
He's still around.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive, I believe. But just to note that, so the blind sheik and John McCain are on the same page when it comes to Gina Haspel. He's also, the blind sheik, suggested Gina Haspel shouldn't be confirmed as CIA director.
Well, it's John McCain, Senator McCain, said Ms. Haspel's role in overseeing the use of torture by Americans is disturbing. Her refusal to acknowledge torture's immorality is disqualifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack Reed continued.
Oh, yes. Jack. Back to Jack.
He had some other questions for for soon-to-be Director Haspel. Like, have you ever been alone in a room with POTUS?
You've been working with the administration now for 15 months. You've had the opportunity to brief the president. Have you ever been alone with the president?
Senator, I'm usually there with Senator Coates, a brilliant analyst who delivers the actual analytic briefing, and usually the National Security Advisor, the Vice President.
And his wife.
There have been allegations, Mr. Comey, one, that while he was alone, the president asked for a personal pledge of loyalty. If you were ever approached by the president and asked for a personal pledge of loyalty, what would you respond?
Senator, my only loyalty is to the American people and the Constitution of the United States. I am honored bound and will work very hard to deliver to this president and his administration the best performance and intelligence CIA can deliver.
And if you were approached in such a way and such a demand was made of you, would you inform this committee and the Congress that you had been so approached?
Senator, I've worked very closely with this president. I don't believe that such a circumstance would ever occur. CIA has been treated with enormous respect, and our expertise is valued for what we bring to the table.
If it occurred, would you inform the committee?
Senator, it's a hypothetical. I don't think it's going to occur. I'm very confident about that.
It does not seem to be a hypothetical. People have alleged that that has happened already.
Senator, I don't know anything about that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
Jack.
Senator, you're not going to get your moment in the sun.
Senator, it's time for your nap.
Senator,
Jack,
you know what?
Jack,
it's time
Jack,
to go back to the home. You gotta have to go have your Jell-O.
Jack, stop it.
You're
Stop
being
it.
silly.
Go back to Providence and leave this business to the adults, please.
Oh my gosh.
Bill and McHenry, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Morning, guys. Thank goodness for C-SPAN, because we were able to watch the unedited version of the hearings yesterday. And it's amazing how the media won't play Tom Cotton's excerpts, where he basically states that this is cheap theater, and really putting the Democrats on the other side of the wall here. It's a situation where senators get some really cheesy FaceTime. And bottom line is, if she's not confirmed, she's still running the CIA as the deputy director. And thank goodness for that.
Well, thanks for the call, Bill.
Even Democrats, doubt they could stop her.
And, thank you for watching C-SPAN, Bill, as well.
Was he watching the Deuce, C-SPAN 2, or was it on C-SPAN 1?
I don't know, because I would rather be waterboarded than watch these confirmation hearings.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Remember when Man-Cow got waterboarded? He lasted, I think, 2 seconds. Yeah.
Great stunts. Great stunts in radio history.
Forecast for today, some clouds and sun, a high of 73 degrees, but only 60 for your high if you're near the lakefront. Tonight, considerable clouds, late night showers, a low of 46. And tomorrow, we're not going to get out of the 50s. It's going to be cloudy, breezy, occasional rain, one of those yucky days, a high near 57 degrees. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Amy, northbound I-55 past Weber, got a crash on the right shoulder, then delays kick in at 53. The Stevenson's already 45 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. On Eisenhower, 5 minutes worth of delays starting around Manheim. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements what we do each morning. Long-form interviews in our Against the Current series. My 60 Seconds of Sanity podcast of our Illinois Rising program, covering state policy and politics, Sundays at 3 p.m. on these airwaves. Our Follow Logic Man on the Street segments, and don't forget Heart of the Matter. That's our series featuring professional women speaking collegially about the important issues of the day and their impacts on families and household budgets.
Sorry if I was too quick there.
And then our sister site, featuring cut-ins from Dominic.
Jim
from Jim
Telemonte.
Telemonte. I'm sorry.
Was that El Verde?
Yeah, all these Italians, it's difficult to keep track of them all. These Italians, that they control the traffic industry.
They do.
Yeah, there's no question. Don't forget our sister site, defendhomeowners.com. Get free property tax report on your home, as well as 2017 sales info for homes in your area. All the property tax, home sale info at defendhomeowners.com. Everything else at upstream-ideas.com.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Goodbye Post and Pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
Today, we want to share with you a chance to show your support for our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics by supporting the 100 Club of Chicago.
Too often, our police officers and first responders are treated like the enemy. They are overworked and underappreciated, and they face incredible scrutiny.
Today, you can be part of the solution, and you can promote your business in the process.
Right now, call 312-363-6680 and purchase a foursome at our upcoming golf outing at the Bolingbrook Golf Club on Thursday, June 14th for just $1,196. A portion of the proceeds will go to the 100 Club of Chicago, and as a business owner or marketing manager, you will receive 25 60-second commercials that will air right here on AM 560 Monday through Sunday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Just call 312-363-6680 and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. That's 312-363-6680.
Or go to 560theanswer.com/golf.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. The storm season is here. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for sudden damage and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
Dan Proft here with a home loan expert. He is Ryan Kelly, homeloanexpert.com. A bit of a credit crunch since the recession on the self-employed, the owner-operator of a business. And Ryan, I wonder how you effort to cater to the entrepreneurial set.
You know, what a great question. And I'm a business owner, and there's a lot of us out there. It doesn't matter if you're one person or if you have 200 employees. As an independent contractor or a business owner, you like to write off every expense you can, and you should. You should write off your marketing, your part-time assistants, your staff. The problem in the past has been when you do take advantage of your tax write-offs and you bring your income down on your tax returns, lenders have been denying you for the mortgage, and that's just crazy. So we rolled out our new loan program. It's called the Bank Statement Mortgage. If you are an independent contractor, self-employed borrower, or own a business, I don't even need your tax returns anymore. In fact, I don't need pay stubs, W-2s, K-1s, or 1099s. I qualify you with your bank statements. Apply online for your bank statement mortgage today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thanks, Dan. The Home Loan Expert, LLC.
5:57. Let's get an update on the roads this morning. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Kennedy inbound. It's heavy from 190 to Canfield. 24 minutes O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 21. Eden's still fine. About Eisenhower, delays start at Wolf Road. 40 minutes now. 390 to downtown. Outbound 30. Northbound I-55. Heavy approaching Weber. There's a crash past Weber on the right shoulder. And we see really heavy delays. First Avenue to Pulaski, it's an hour now, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 38 minutes. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, 29 minutes, 8094 to Merge. Traffic, service of Napa. This month at participating Napa Auto Care Centers or Napa Auto Parts stores, you'll get a $50 Visa prepaid card by mail when you spend $250 on Napa brakes. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires 5/31/18. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues after a full update from Fox News and your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center and our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Blend of clouds and sunshine today with a high 73, temperatures falling for the afternoon. Then tonight, cloudy and cooler with showers late at night, a low of 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560. The Answer.
59 at O'Hare, 61 along the lakefront. The news, a service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs, Discover Student Loans, one of the top private student loan lenders in the country with great rates, 0 fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. 5:59. Here are the stories we are following on AM 560, The Answer. The ATF agent who was shot last week on Chicago's South Side is out of the hospital. The agent released yesterday and is expected to make a full recovery. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced in his tax case later today. Lori Lightfoot will officially announce her run for Chicago mayor later this morning. And the Chicago Fire Department is investigating allegations that a male firefighter became violent toward a female colleague last month. Cubs clobber the Marlins. White Sox fell to the Pirates at Guaranteed Rate Field. Currently 60 degrees and clear skies. WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. A happy homecoming. I'm Chris Foster. Fox News. 3 American citizens set free from prison in North Korea. They landed back in the United States at 2:43 in the morning, greeted by President Trump, Vice President Pence, and their wives. More live from D.C., here's Fox's Rachel Sutherland.
Chris, greeting 3 freed Korean Americans at Joint Base Andrews. President Trump praised North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for their release and said the U.S. and North Korea are starting off on new footing.
I really think we have a very good chance of doing something very meaningful.
Kim Dong-chul, Tony Kim, and Kim Hak-son flashed peace signs and waved as they stepped onto American soil. Their release comes as the U.S. prepares for historic talks with the regime in hopes of ending its nuclear program. Chris?
Rachel Sutherland, thanks. The only senator to have been tortured says torture is why he's against President Trump's choice for CIA director.
As Republican Senator John McCain undergoes cancer treatment in Arizona, he's issuing a statement opposing Gina Haspel, President Trump's choice to lead the CIA. McCain is a survivor of torture and writes, her refusal to acknowledge torture's immorality is disqualifying. That coming even after Haspel tells the Senate Intelligence Committee the CIA has backed away from the use of torture.
We have decided to hold ourselves to a stricter moral standard.
Haspel's been getting peppered with questions about her time at the CIA in the post-9/11 era when she oversaw a secret detention facility where al-Qaeda suspects were known to be waterboarded. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
A Democrat running for governor in Maryland died of cardiac arrest in the middle of the night. Baltimore County Executive Kevin Kamenetz was 60 years old, one of 7 people on the ballot in next month's primary. A dam has burst in central Kenya, killing at least 38 people, many while they slept. Hundreds of homes are swept away. It's a private dam used for irrigation and fish farming. Fox News, fair and balanced.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same.
But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
This hourly segment is brought to you by In the Know with Wealth Management Group, hosted by Craig Bolanos. Heard Sunday mornings at 10.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy, and CNN Money Show reporting this story about our parent company, Salem Media Group. We want to address here. Salem executives pressure radio hosts to cover Trump more positively, email show. CNN story. Former host employed by Salem, Alicia Krause.
Oh, yeah, I know Alicia. We were with her in
convention.
Cleveland at the convention.
Yeah, right.
Lovely lady.
So she in L.A. she was. Says
yeah, she was on with Ben Shapiro, and then they blew up that morning show, and now they have a new crew.
Right. She's now saying it's. She feels it's disingenuous to ostensibly hire hosts to be open about their views, only to pressure them behind the scenes to change, which is what she said happened to her. Salem executives, according to Alicia Krause, pressured her to change how she treated Trump. The Krause said she praised Trump when she felt he deserved it. It ultimately wasn't enough. She was shell-shocked when a casual meeting with a company executive turned into her dismissal, declining to discuss the details of her severance, but the matter has been settled. And as you mentioned, she was on with Shapiro on KRLA in L.A., and now they're not. The email.
They went to go spend more time with their family.
Because
when I leave too, I'm going to say I need to spend more time with my family, but
Right.
my family doesn't want to spend more time with me.
They're not down with it. Yeah, the response from our boss, Phil Boyce, was to say that Krause was not let go because of her position on Trump. It shouldn't surprise anybody that Salem radio hosts often support conservative candidates in election, saying the company, which operates, of course, Regnery Publishing and others, does a lot of research on what our audience wants. And so I just wanted to comment on this with respect to Alicia Krause and this, the idea that they're trying to kind of Sinclair Salem, right? Everybody's reading from the same script. They'll do a mashup of all the talk show hosts or something next. I'm sure CNN will do to try and undermine any conservative media outlet or company. So I'll tell you my personal experience, and that is no one at Salem, locally or at the corporate level, has ever told me what to say, what to think, how to say something. Have they given us market research on our audience? Yeah, because that's what a good business would do. You want to be responsive to your target audience? Is that a revolutionary idea? Hardly. Nobody has ever done that. So, and by the way, if you look across the lineup at Salem, think about nationally for starters, Michael Medved was a is a never Trumper. He went so far as to say he was voting for Hillary Clinton.
But didn't that cost him some stations?
Well, that's the issue. Is not if there's consequences to that because there's a reaction from the audience. The issue is, was Michael Medved being directed to, you must say this, read from this script? Of course not. Of course not.
I mean, they let us know what, I've been here 8 years, and they let us know what political candidate they're supporting, but they don't say, you have to vote for Mitt Romney. I remember we had a meeting, and they said, we're just letting you know that we are, as a company, supporting Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
It's fine, because I voted for Mitt Romney. I love Mitt Romney. I'm like, sure.
Well, and the company has a PAC.
Yeah.
So
we
it's putting
do.
people on notice.
Did you pay the PAC yet? Got to pay the PAC.
And so, but there, Gallagher, our friend Gallagher, going to have at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. He's probably more pro-Trump than certainly I am. So what?
I commend President Trump when he does something well. What happened at 2 o'clock this morning, bringing those 3 Americans home, that was a huge accomplishment. But when he does things that are stupid, when he tweets things without thinking before he tweets, yeah, I come down hard on him.
Right.
And so do you.
So I'm not you, and
You're not me,
and I'm not Prager, and Medved's not Prager, and Larry Elder's not Medved, and Gallagher's not Hewitt. I mean, so just understand this. CNN is pretending that they have some kind of bombshell here. They don't. They apparently have one disgruntled former talk show host, local talk show host in L.A., Miss Krause, and the backstory there a little bit, I think, had very little to do with her being critical of Trump, being intermittently critical of Trump, and much more to do with how that show was performing. And, frankly, I know a little bit about the situation out there.
And we talked about it, too, because there was some of the research we heard about their research audience.
Yeah, you do. I mean, so as part of thinking about your audience and trying to appeal to your audience and serve your audience, there's going to be big market comparisons that are made, too, Chicago to Dallas to New York. So we're privy to some of that. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but the bottom line is, if this story tries to get amplified beyond CNN money, I just wanted to address it straight away so you know that Amy's opinions are her own, my opinions are her own. Nobody's pressuring us locally or at the corporate level to say anything, and this is just a way to try and undermine conservative media outlet. That's all this story is. But let's address it straight away so there's no sense that, we're hiding or we don't want to address it or we're not being allowed to talk about it. Just more evidence that nothing could be further from the truth.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up, a hero's welcome, a wonderful, long-awaited homecoming for 3 Americans. But first, plenty of sunshine today. It's going to be crisp out there, a high of 73 degrees. But if you're near the lakefront, the high will be around 60 degrees. Tonight, cooler with a chance of a late-night shower, a low of 46. And then tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy, breezy, really cold with occasional rain and a thunderstorm. Kind of a brisk day, gray day, a high in the mid-50s. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Northbound I-55. It's really brutal this morning. First, there's a crash past Weber Road on the right shoulder. Traffic's heavy in that area. It's slow from 53 to County Line and jammed solid LaGrange Road to Kedzie. It is an hour and 18 minutes already. From 355 to Lakeshore Drive, it's 55 minutes from the Tri-State. Outbound, you've got about a 5-minute delay from the Tri-State to 83. Aiden's inbound, just a little tight approaching the junction, no more than a 1-minute delay. On Kennedy, slow Cumberland to Lawrence, it's 24 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 22, on Eisenhower, slow Wolf to Harlem and Independence to the Circle, 40 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 30. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to the Loop. I-57, 17 minutes, I-80 to the Merge. Bishop 429, northbound Tri-State at Stop and Go from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Hey, if you're a business owner, you've experienced your fair share of emergencies, and they always seem to happen at the worst time. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone on call 24/7 to help for whatever may come up? It's not possible for every emergency, but it's available for your business's IT and computer systems. With a support agreement, Turnkey IT will keep your computer system online and running with no worries. If an emergency does pop up, Turnkey IT is prompt
and responsive without charging an enormous after-hours rate. The certified pros at Turnkey proactively keep your business computer systems online with remote and on-site support. And right now, for a limited time, you can save up to $500 a month on a support contract plus unlimited cloud backup at no cost. Enjoy the secure feeling of your network being supported by Turnkey IT 24/7. Visit turnkey.pro. That's turnkey.pro.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that use Balance of Nature as well.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. I take Balance of Nature because I know, I've seen it in my lab, and I know that it works. I've seen the immune response increase, I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection. And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Famous conservative quotes, presented by Automated Systems.
Airline executive Willis Player once told the New York Times, "A liberal is a person whose interests aren't at stake at the moment." That just about sums up what many conservatives still believe to be true.
I know you support companies that share your conservative values. For FDA-regulated staffing needs, Automated Systems provides top talent, from experienced quality control and quality assurance engineers to top validation and compliance experts. Depend on Automated Systems. Hiring the best is critical to success. ASI Resources are all degreed professionals with decades of experience in manufacturing, automation, and FDA compliance. That's why ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life science companies to successful startups. For a staffing evaluation, call Laz at Automated Systems, toll-free 844-HIRE-ASI, or visit automatedsys.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, and we didn't get to this, but this is important, I know, because, Amy, you're one of those people who defrauds the public with the service dog.
That's not true. I have high blood pressure and I have a heart condition, and I got a note from my cardiologist. So
you got a note from Epstein's mom saying...
You know, Dr. Dogood, he's at the corner.
Yeah.
He's at Wabash in 18th.
You have that same crackpot, long-haired hippie doctor that Trump has.
Yeah. The guy who said he got raped came and took my records. They raped me.
Boy.
Oh, boy, the cast of characters. Yeah,
So-
well, you know what? And I
Yeah.
take my dog
Yeah.
all the time. And before, this is the weirdest thing, because I hate turbulence. And I know I should grow up and not be afraid of it like a little schoolgirl.
Well.
But before it starts, she knows. And she jumps on my lap and hugs me right here. And then turbulence begins. It's the weirdest thing. And then she gets down right before it ends. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to
Okay.
document this on my next adventure with Bunky.
Okay.
Bunky's been everywhere. She's been to Alcatraz. I think 2 dogs have been to Alcatraz. She was in front of Capone's cell.
Mm-hmm.
She's the adventures of Bunky.
Well,
she was surfing in St. Croix.
No, I mean I'm glad that
she was
Bunky
eating
gets
bonbons.
I'm glad
the
that she
Chaise
gets to
Lounge.
travel. The issue is more why she's traveling.
Well, bulldogs cannot be checked. Have never been allowed to be English bulldogs, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't know about Americans.
Well,
but they can't be checked underneath in the cargo area.
I think you're one step up from the service peacock, frankly, but that's okay.
Was going to get a service squirrel, but I just couldn't get the leash around its neck,
If it's good enough for United and Dr. Dow, then it's good enough for me. United's policy, new policy, in light of that pug that got suffocated.
First of all, it's a French bulldog that was a few weeks old.
It wasn't a pug?
No, it was not a pug. You got to know your difference. They kind of look alike, but it was a French bulldog, a $6,000 bulldog, by the way. Family has hired an attorney.
Oh, imagine.
Well, it's dramatic.
So here are the dog breeds. 507,000 animals flew on U.S. commercial carriers in 2017. 24 died, 18 of those deaths happening on United.
Yeah, nice United.
Wow.
Pet killers.
So they're addressing this by banning the transport of most breeds of dogs. Again, no, banning a lot, though.
What are they banning? Golden retrievers?
Athens Pinscher? I've never heard of that. What's that?
Athens Pinscher?
Affen.
Affen
Pinscher? Oh. American Bully. American Bully.
Oh, yeah, American Bulldog.
American Pit Bull Terrier, Pit Bull.
Ooh, the Affen Pinscher is a very unique-looking creature.
Boxer, Bulldog, all kinds of Bulldogs because,
Not letting boxers on?
Because
well, they all have breathing
they're all
problems.
slimy, asthmatic. Yeah. All the various breeds and subbreeds of Mastiffs because, it's tough to have like a
Really?
200-pound dog on the plane, I suppose.
I did not think they would ban Mastiffs.
Pug, Shih Tzu.
Hey, watch yourselves.
Exactly. Tibetan Spaniel.
Wait, a Tibetan Spaniel. I got to Google that.
Yeah.
Tibetan, common spelling.
That was the name of your high school band. It was a Spandau Ballet cover band, wasn't it? Tibetan Spaniel. Cat breeds also burn.
Oh, no.
Banned. Yeah.
Don't touch my putty tat.
Burmese, exotic short hair, Himalayan, and Persian cat breeds are all banned on United. I don't know why. What's the difference?
Well,
You're the cat whisperer. What's the difference?
I don't know. There
Yeah.
must be, their noses must be pushed into their face. Must have to do with the breeding problem. But I don't know why everybody hates the bulldogs.
Consider the bulldog, a grotesque monstrosity born of relentless inbreeding, riddled with sinusitis, crippled by joint pain, chronically flatulent.
That's so true.
A kindly pet or humanity's cruelest mistake? All right, take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, just like that horrible creature, the entire nucleus program was the result of inbreeding. We mated Hooli engineers with Hooli designers in a Hooli kennel. Is it any wonder the result was just as unspeakable as that thing? Bring it back here. Look at that hideous face. All right, get it out of here.
That was the CEO of United Airlines announcing the policy.
And you can hear the bulldog in the background. They all sound the same.
All right, so you're on notice. Then you just have to buy a seat for him.
No, she sits on my
lap. So she's small enough that it could be
500 pounds of her.
That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. She likes the window seat too. She likes to look out.
Yeah.
She calms me down.
Just
I'm not going to have a stroke because of her.
just everybody
I don't-
understand. You're subsidizing.
Oh, here we go.
You're subsidizing Amy's phony baloney service dog.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. And
No,
when
no,
people
no.
ask-
Everybody else
Oh,
is subsidizing
why? They
yours.
don't have to pay for it.
That's built into the ticket prices because
No,
you know.
it's not.
No, it totally
It is not built into.
You have to have.
I filled out the proper form. I had to jump through. It's not easy to have a service dog. You're
Oh,
going to spend a
no.
long
Right.
time filling out all the forms.
Yeah, Dr.
going to
Nick
your
Riviera
doctor.
fills out your.
The guy at Warby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, everybody.
I just hate when people ask. Because one time I had glasses on and I looked like I was blind. And I was visually impaired walking with her. I can't remember what airport it was, and people were moving out of the way. You're like, oh, I think she can't see.
Right. So in addition to faking this anxiety stuff, you're faking being blind. It's disgusting. Mike on the north side, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer. Mike
Mike
on the north side has disappeared.
Oh, Mike doesn't want to play anymore.
So are you gonna fly United? Are you gonna be back now that they've righted the ship?
No.
No.
I mean, what? 28 dogs died last year. 18 were on United. Remember, they sent a dog to Japan by accident that was supposed to end up in Kansas, and the dog they then gave.
Dog will travel. Blue highways for that dog. Skyways.
The dog got his own private jet from. He was sitting like he had a private jet. He was in a Citation 8, which is a pretty nice plane, but by himself and one handler and 2 pilots. And they put him and got him back to this country.
312-642-5600, turnkey.pro answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro text line. If you'd like to opine on the United Airlines new pet shipping policy, Amy's fraudulent taking an advantage of these policies, or if you still want to talk about Dr. David Dow, or if you want to talk about the disappearance of MH370 like Don Lemon does. We'll take any of those.
I have to go home. I have to go home. I have to go home. I have to go home.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Looking to refinance your home? Then you need to call Team Hochberg. Sally's heard hundreds of Team Hochberg's ads, so naturally she called the nation's largest online lender, obsessed with their Rocket, because she saw their ad pumping gas. Bad move. The Rocket-loving lender quoted Sally a rate higher than us, and closing costs $6,000 more than Team Hochberg's. We explained the exorbitant closing costs and refinanced Sally into a lower rate and credited all of her closing costs. Team Hochberg doesn't have a Rocket, but we have lower rates and substantially lower closing costs than the nation's largest online Rocket-loving lender. You could call the nation's largest online lender who spends millions promoting their Rocket by charging excessive closing costs, or you could call Team Hochberg at 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of AM560 listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage, an equal housing lender, Illinois residential mortgage licensee, 4358 and MLS 19186.
My name is Todd. I am a firefighter, paramedic. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, and I am no longer suffering from depression. With depression, you don't want to make friends. You just want to be alone. And it was a way of life for me. I have been seeing a psychologist for several years and not really getting anywhere. I've tried 11 different medications, which some of the side effects that I experienced were pretty severe. I finally reached out for help myself. It's very satisfying to know that something works.
HPR centers in Chicagoland and Milwaukee offer TMS therapy. In just a few weeks, you can change your life, and it's FDA cleared. It's covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Medicare. You can make real progress in the battle with depression, cure or remission. Get a free consultation. 800-604-0208. 800-604-0208. HPR centers. Go to endmydepression.com. End your depression.
Someday, someone you love will ask for help. And although Lake County Right to Life is not a crisis center, it is an educational and political organization involved in educating the public about current life issues and legislations. They take an active part in both the educational and lobbying aspects of the Right to Life movement. They formed the Lake County PAC to actively work in helping elect local Lake County candidates who are pro-life, pro-family legislators. These people support life-affirming legislation. Please help the cause. A crisis program center saves lives one at a time. Legislation saves thousands of lives. Lake County Right to Life supports women, mothers and fathers, unborn babies, families, and the elderly. Good public policy is supposed to protect the most vulnerable and does not impose on a taxpayer to pay for the lesser good, namely abortion. That takes everybody working together. For donations or information, visit lcrtl.org. That's lcrtl.org.
AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, did you see this? Monica Lewinsky, who still can't find a fella.
Oh,
she was,
come on.
she was uninvited from Town and Country Magazine's Philanthropy Summit.
Yeah, I heard.
It's
But tell
Augusta
everybody.
Fair.
Tell everybody why.
Well,
'Cause that's pretty serious to be uninvited.
Monica told us why. Dear world, please don't invite me to an event, especially one about social change. And then, after I've accepted, uninvite me because Bill Clinton then decided to attend. It's 2018. Emily Post would definitely not approve. Well, she's got a sense of humor about it. And P.S. And definitely please don't try to ameliorate the situation by insulting me with an offer of an article in your mag, Lewinsky added about to Town and Country. Town and Country did not respond to inquiries about that. Monica Lewinsky taking another one on the chin.
Yeah, well, why do you say she can't find a man? It would probably be hard to date Monica Lewinsky.
Right.
But she's a lovely woman. I think she's pretty.
Look, I feel I
do.
feel badly for her.
She was taken advantage of. One of the most powerful man in the world assaulted her.
Well, assaulted. She was of age, obviously, but
it depends on what is.
Well,
wasn't that
the disparity in power in that relationship, in that context, had it not been a favorite of the left at the time, and to some extent still, Town and Country Magazine's Philanthropy Summit, there would have been zero tolerance for any excuses, apologies, even accounting for it. But because the left doesn't have principles, it has interests. Bill Clinton got a pass, and Monica Lewinsky had her life forever altered, and generally negatively. So I feel bad for Monica Lewinsky. Bill Clinton's a predatory scumbag, but not according to Town and Country.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
As discussed yesterday, we're starting to get a clearer picture about the role Michael Cohen was playing and how he was financing his lifestyle as a Trump influence peddler. That explains some of these payments that have bubbled to the surface of late. We'll pick it up at 6:36.
But was it legal? And also, has anybody ever heard Michael Cohen's voice? We'll have it for you. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
Clear skies, sunshine, 62 degrees. 3 U.S. citizens detained by North Korea are back on American soil. They landed early this morning at Andrews Air Force Base, where President Trump was on hand to greet the men.
I'm very honored to have helped the 3 folks. They're great people. You know, I got to speak to them on the plane. These are great people. They've been through a lot.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo secured the release of the former prisoners during a visit to Pyongyang this week. Israel's military says it has struck dozens of Iranian military targets in Syria. It is the largest Israeli strike at Syria since the civil war there began in 2011. The strikes come after Iranian forces in Syria fired at least 20 rockets at Israeli positions in the Golan Heights. California Senators Dianne Feinstein and Kamala Harris taking aim at President Trump's pick for CIA director. Feinstein questioning Gina Haspel on Capitol Hill yesterday for her role in leading the interrogation program, an enhanced interrogation after the 9/11 terror attacks.
Former CIA Consul General John Rizzo described how Jose Rodriguez was promoted and installed an officer from the Counterterrorist Center who had previously run the interrogation program. Is that you?
In her testimony, Haspel offered her personal commitment that the CIA would not restart any controversial detention or interrogation programs. The Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, was on Capitol Hill, arguing that the U.S. withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal because the agreement was inadequate.
So we will work with our allies and try to bring Iran back into more responsible behavior, at the same time addressing all 5 of the threats that Iran constitutes.
Secretary James Mattis. Meantime, Chinese telecom company ZTE has apparently all but shut down after a crippling U.S. ban on parts. Washington banned the company from buying American parts to make its phones after the company was found to be selling those phones in Iran in violation of U.S. sanctions. Scientists say a major eruption could be looming for Hawaii's Kilauea volcano. U.S. Geological Survey said that the threat of an explosive eruption will increase as lava drains from the summit, dips down below groundwater level, and creates possible steam-driven explosions. 4-year-old girl kidnapped in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood is now safe. Ivana Collins Briscoe was reported missing yesterday after being abducted by Yasmin Collins. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced today in his tax case. In a memo filed this week, the ex-lawmaker is asking a judge to sentence him to a year of probation. Firefighters in Naperville say a box in a basement labeled radioactive material apparently was radioactive, but not dangerous. Naperville Division Chief Amy Scheller says they got a call about the package found in a home's basement yesterday. Scheller says hazmat teams tested that box and they did find it radioactive, but not at levels high enough to be considered dangerous. Anthony Rizzo's 3-run home run highlighted an 8-run third. Cubs clobbered the Marlins 13-4. White Sox lost to the Pirates 6-5 at Guaranteed Rate Field. Bears begin rookie minicamp tomorrow. The news, a service of Napa. This month at participating Napa Auto Care Centers or Napa Auto Parts stores, you'll get a $50 Visa prepaid card by mail when you spend $250 on Napa brakes. Quality parts, helpful people, that's Napa know-how. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires 5/31/18. Our time is 6:33. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager sees a threat to democracy, and it's not the president.
There is so much damaging to the American body politic by the anti-Trump left in this country. They keep screaming he is a threat to democracy. It's all nonsense. You can't point to a thing that makes him a threat to democracy. The threat to democracy in the United States, like everywhere, is the left.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Progressive makes it easy to compare quotes and get a great rate with the new Home Quote Explorer, only at Progressive.com.
Dan Proft here with Ryan Kelly. He's the home loan expert, homeloanexpert.com. And Ryan, we know your business is getting people homes, refis, but what do you do when you're not doing that?
I guess that answer depends on if my wife is listening.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And I mean that in a way that, as a business owner, I struggle. I walk a fine line between running my business and working hard for my clients to get them great mortgages and spending enough time with the family, And as my wife and I have been married 10 years, we have 3 kids. And as you know, it takes a lot of time to be around the kids and do everything to be a good father and a good husband. So when I'm not at the office working on mortgages, I'm just like everybody else. I like to go to sporting events. I like to have people over for barbecues and really big into giving back. Giving back means a ton to me, my family, and the company. Refinancing or buying a house, don't get abused by those other lenders. Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thanks, Dan. The Home Loan Expert, LLC.
It is 6:35. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Wakanda southbound or eastbound 12. Got a crash south of Bonner. Traffic only gets by the left shoulder. Backing up. Eden's inbound delay start at Gulf Road. It's 28 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 21. On Kennedy, 36 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. 15 from Montrose. 12 in the Express. Outbound 20 minutes to Montrose and 42 to the airport. On Eisenhower, jam starting at Wolf Road at 56 minutes. 390 to downtown. Outbound 32. Northbound I-55, it's messy, 126 to Weber after a crash. Then jammed from 53 much of the way in. It's an hour and 18 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 40 minutes. Lion 26 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, Bishop Ford, both 25 minutes, side east to merge. Northbound Tri-State delays from 115th to Archer. Plainfield Road to Ogden, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Grand Avenue curve. Traffic and service of Ace. Stop by your local Ace. Take advantage of their biggest grill offer of the year. Free assembly, free delivery, and free fuel on their top grill brands. $3.99 and up for Ace Rewards members only through May 14th. See participating stores for details. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Clouds and sun today, high 73. We start out with sunshine and 59. Next news coming up at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Retirement Zone Radio and the North Shore Capital Group, empowering you Saturday afternoons at 4.
Some call me the sage from South Central. Others call me the czar of common sense. But you can call me Larry Elder. And you're invited to join me tonight, starting at 7, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. And just picking up on a little bit of the state of Illinois. Yesterday, I'm still just aghast at this story that Mike Scott reported. The Peoria murder trial that is delayed a week because the Illinois Department of Corrections said it was short of gas money to transport a witness to trial, to the trial to testify.
I mean, that somebody can't just go pick him up or her up.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's a sad state of affairs when you can't even afford
need to
the gas
set up.
money.
You set up like a carpool. This is like Dunkirk. You need private citizens to fill in where the government can't. Not quite as heroically here, but set up some kind of voluntary carpool to transport witnesses to and from correctional institutions in the state to courthouses where they're needed, because the state can't afford gas money. And you know what the motto of the Illinois justice system is, Amy? Better 1,000 guilty men go free than one politician's idiot nephew have his pension impaired or diminished.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So this is where this ends. Short of gas money to transport.
I mean, how much
a
is gas
prisoner.
in Peoria too? Probably like $2.50.
You maybe take up a collection.
Maybe have a bake sale. Hey, how about a car wash?
Yeah.
That'll get you some gas money. Get you some pocket change so you can bring your witness to court. I'm laughing because it's so sad. And pathetic, and just the state that we live in.
Well, it's just a great commentary on the state of the state. This is also great commentary on the state of the political culture. Underreported story and poorly reported story by Bill Rothhard in the Chicago Tribune. It's just so lacking in context here. It's just like this one of these stories, like, the former head of the Chicago Federation of Labor is going over to a private equity firm. Oh, yeah, it's just like a kind of who's who, what's going on in Chicago, how it's reported.
How do you get that job?
Chicago Federation of Labor president, former Jorge Ramirez, who, is essentially part of the ownership group of the Chicago Sun-Times, the AFL-CIO Times. He's been tapped by Michael Sachs, one of Tiny Dancer's closest friends and key financiers, to join GCM Grosvenor as a managing director, leading the firm's strategies to partner with labor unions as it looks to invest in infrastructure projects around the country. Jorge Ramirez going to asset management firm that he would otherwise, in his previous life, term a predatory capitalist scum, right? But
now they can help him financially, so it's all right.
Well, right, and this is the whole point of the political culture, right? This is all play acting. This is principles up for auction. And also, the position that Ramirez is in with respect to Tiny Dancer's reelection campaign, per his ownership stake at Sun-Times. Nobody talks about that media, city hall, media, state capital collusion. That's all over the place in this city and state. It's just remarkable. And the story barely reported. Barely reported. As Tiny Dancer ramps up his campaign with Tony Preckwinkle impersonator Lori Lightfoot announcing her candidacy for mayor today.
She is.
Triple threat.
That's what she said.
She's a triple threat.
What's a triple threat again?
She's black, female, and lesbian.
Oh.
So that's
why we should vote for her?
Apparently.
Because she's a black female lesbian.
Well, that's why. That's how she described herself as a triple threat. Okay. So, identity politics. Now she's a successful attorney.
Yeah, don't you like her?
Former prosecutor. I don't agree with her, but I think she's smart. But she's way left. A successful attorney in private practice. Former prosecutor, was on that police board, Star Chamber, that Tiny Dancer put together. And yet the triple threat has nothing to do with her professional qualifications or accomplishments. It's just all about her identity. That's Chicago. That's the 21st century Democrat Party. And what of the 21st century Republican Party in Illinois, such as it continues to exist? It barely does. There's a fight over the next state party chairman. Normally the state party chairman, the governor or the gubernatorial nominee, it's just like whoever that governor wants, that's who he gets for state party chairman. I mean, it's usually not controversial. These are different times, as happens when you have a enemy inside your perimeter that is unveiled, and that's the case with former Governor Bruce Rauner.
We stop calling him former governor. Let me guess, is Diana Rauner want to be it?
No. Tim Schneider, the Cook County Commissioner who can't seem to find his way to pay his property taxes, which is perfect for the Illinois Republican Party. Just perfect of what they say and then what they actually do. The Rauner Party, the Donner Party. The Donner Party, so it's Diana and Bruce, right? Donner. But then you also have the Donner Party. They're cannibalizing the conservatives and destroying the Republican Party from within. So it works on a couple of levels, which is nice. So Tim Schneider is being challenged by Mark Shaw, who's a attorney up in Lake County, State Central Committeeman up
Do you
up
like
there,
Mark
Lake County
Shaw?
Chairman. Yeah, he's fine, good guy. And so this is actually a fight, and it's even being litigated in terms of seating. I mean, without getting too inside baseball, there's a dispute in the election returns for one of the State Central Committeemen posts on the State Central Committee, and so that's being litigated, and the result of that litigation could determine who the next chairman is. So you may have Rauner lose his choice for state party chairman, which is a remarkable occurrence, and just speaks to the depths of division that have been created by Rauner, by the Donner Party. Rauner and his paid-off flacks like Tim Schneider and others, and the welfare queens in the General Assembly like Durkin and Brady.
Well, I don't like Tim Schneider because he was completely asleep at the wheel when they didn't put anybody in the primary to go up against that Holocaust denier.
Art Jones.
Yeah.
Who's running against Lipinski. That's
How
right.
easy they could have put in anybody just to make sure that he did not, have a seat at the table, because that does not help with the reputation of the Republican Party on a national level, because everybody has interviewed Art Jones. They did on CNN. They did on different MSNBC. And we don't need that.
Well,
because he's a crazy man.
Well, you're right. It's absurd. It's absolute.
That is a shame.
It's incompetence. So not only are they liars, and they know it. I mean, that's all they have is to create lies about people.
Was he getting paid for that position?
No. All they have is to create lies about people. Jeannie Ives in the primary, Mike Madigan's favorite Republican, and all that silliness. So they destroy the party from within by the positions they take. That's what Bruce Rauner has done. Then they denigrate conservatives and tell you to get out of the party. That's what Bruce Rauner and his...
Well, Pat Brady said that. I wish you would just leave and go away.
Well, there's
That's what he said, go away.
somebody who did get paid. There's somebody
Pat
who
Brady
was getting
got paid by Rauner, right?
Yeah. Firm
to
that
be his mouthpiece?
A firm that he's an affiliate of. And plus, he's a lobbyist hack, so he's just sidling up to the governor anyway because he roams the halls of Springfield trying to advance the interests of rent-seeking corporations and leftist
so he's Michael Cohen.
Social engineers. No, he's worse. He's doing the bidding of the other side. Cohen, at least, was selling himself for access to his own side, not selling himself to the other side to undermine his stated side, at least. So anyway, so that's all they have, and now it's going to be visited upon them, because you can't make up the numbers when you tell the base of the party to go away, when you think here the way to victory is to see how many willfully blind and hopelessly ignorant Republican primary voters can I take advantage of, just enough by 18,000 to hold on to the nomination. Well, that destroys you going into the general. And now you have the prospect of State Senator Sam McCann running an independent conservative third party race against both Spalding and former Governor Bruce Rauner.
I haven't seen Spalding in a while.
So given that landscape, and given no path to victory for Bruce Rauner, and given the prospect that probably have to spend another $50-100 million of his own money, can't go dollar for dollar with JB. No. So the big tough guy who's going to, come over the top with money, come over the top with money in the House and the Senate, and of course the barking seals like Durkin and Brady love that because that means they don't have to do any work, don't have to think. They're not good at work or thinking. So that
energy.
All this goes away, though. All this goes away in November. So then what do you do? What kind of Republican Party do you have left, if any? Or do you just go the way of California, where the Republican Party effectively ceases to exist? That's a real possibility. So the rumor last week that Rauner may actually step out of the race.
What?
There was a rumor floating around last week that Rauner may actually step out of the race, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm just reporting it as it is, which is a rumor.
Who was it? A reliable source that told you that? Or
well, it was.
Has people been talking about it?
It was scuttlebutt that there's no path to victory. Everybody sees it, even the people that are clinging to Rauner. These 22-year-old staffers that run around for Rauner who just managed to figure their way out of Iowa State and now think they know everything about politics.
Easy.
They can delude themselves, but people who've been around this racket in the city and state know what time it is and know what time it is for Rauner, and the time is midnight. So that plus having to spend all that money that they could otherwise spend on the Italian villa they're going to escape to after they flee the damage they've done, why do it? People have been asking why Rauner even wants to run for re-election since last year. It seems it's almost like inertia rather than purpose. So the idea, Rauner steps out, and this is the name that was being bandied about, Tom Ricketts, president of the Chicago Cubs, steps in. Now, one thing, it doesn't, Rauner doesn't, if he were to step out, just to play this out, he doesn't get to just say, I want Tom Ricketts to replace me, and then it happens. You remember when Jack Ryan left the Senate race in 2004, it was the Republican Party, the State Central Committee, that makes the appointment to replace. So that would be the same thing with the governor.
And they appointed Alan Keyes.
Oh, yeah, after nobody wanted to do it, by the way. Of course, that's always forgotten. The demise of the Republican Party was in full swing thanks to George Ryan. Well before that, people don't know their history very well in this state, I understand. So what about that? Rauner steps out. Tom Ricketts, who, the reason I don't believe this, I'm not convinced at all that Rauner would do something like that. And I'm not convinced at all that Tom Ricketts would want to do something like this. He's like the guy who's tried to stay away from politics. And now he's going to be a Republican. I mean, the
everybody
rumor.
knows they're a Republican family. His brother Peter is governor of Nebraska.
I understand, but Tom has not been political. He's tried to stay away from politics. And now he's going to become the Republican nominee for governor with 6 months to go.
What about Todd? Todd's more political than...
Yeah, but he's the deputy finance chairman for the RNC.
Well, step down and be governor.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, do you buy any of that?
I'm just hearing of this and this name, so...
312-642-5600, Turnkey.pro, answer line 64636-DA, Turnkey.pro, text line. Tom Ricketts for governor. How about that? What about that? I mean, do you know Tom? I don't.
I don't. I've met him a few times. But, no, I don't know him to be political at all. Maybe he's not because he's running a business in Chicago.
Well, right.
And he doesn't want anything to hurt, the bottom line.
Well, the Cubs aren't going to go away, so he still would be running a business in Chicago. And I'm sure that him being...
And now his new venture to open, it's just begin another soccer team in Chicago, too, in Lincoln Park.
So him being the nominee for the Republican Party for governor, just again to play this rumor out, what kind of sense does that make for him if business is his concern? I'm just not sure. It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the question, could he beat J.B. Pritzker?
I think
everybody loves a winner, and he brought a winning team to Chicago.
That's not the basis you get elected governor.
No, but
it's the basis you get
Crazy
profile.
Cup fans, yeah,
I don't know what Tom Ricketts believes on a range of issues. I don't know what he thinks should be done policy-wise. I have no idea. Well, that would all have to be fleshed out, and as soon as you start taking positions on issues, which is sort of part of the point of running for political office,
but don't
you
has
start
a savvy,
dividing.
But do you agree he has a savvy business mind? I mean, look what he did to Wrigleyville. It's a whole new place.
Yeah, I agree. The whole family does, starting with the patriarch, who deserves most of the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just be real about it. Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think the fact that he looks like Ted Cruz would hurt him. Doesn't he?
He looks exactly doppelganger. They look like twins.
Tom Ricketts for governor.
Phone lines are lighting up.
Todd Ricketts for governor. Laura Ricketts. How about Todd or Tom runs against Laura? JB steps out for Laura, and Ronner steps out for Tom, and then the Ricketts run.
That'd be great.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Lou Dobbs, a hedge fund CEO arrested after wildly exaggerating his company's performance. Las Vegas casino workers holding a strike vote, and Sears teaming up with Amazon to sell car tires. Those stories next.
Guess what? Right now is the perfect time to tackle those home projects you've been putting off. So come summertime, you can just sit back and relax. Home Advisor can help get you started. Home Advisor matches you to the right pro for the job in seconds. You can read reviews and even book appointments online. Home Advisor can help with any home project, big or small, painting, plumbing, even remodeling. Find a great pro now before the busy season hits. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor. Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional backup solutions can't handle. At best, you'll waste time and money managing multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network, a private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
Anilesh Ahuja has been arrested on charges he exaggerated his company's performance by more than $200 million to impress investors. He's the founder and CEO of the investment firm Premium Point Investments. 50,000 unionized Las Vegas casino workers set to vote on a potential strike. Contracts for members of the Culinary Union expire at the end of the month. A strike vote will be held May 22nd. A strike would affect more than 30 casino hotels. Shoppers able to buy any brand of tires on Amazon.com, have them shipped to a Sears Auto Center, and bring in their car to have them installed. The struggling Sears chain seeking to boost sales. Please tune in to Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
You know Schrank's Smoke & Gun has the largest selection of new and used firearms in Lake County. Schrank's May Springfield Armory Double Sweet Deal means an extra discount plus a rebate for 3 mags when you purchase most Springfield concealed carry pistols. Own a 9mm? In May, 9mm Federal Range ammo is only $10.50 per box. Generations of customers shop Schrank's for the family atmosphere and huge selection of pistols, rifles, shotguns, hard-to-find calibers, collectibles, and older functioning hunting rifles. Inventory changes daily, and there's an on-site gunsmith service from simple cleaning to repair. And cigar lovers find your favorites in Schrank's humidors, along with a broad selection of pipes and tobacco. Visit SmokeTheletterN.gun.org or call 847-662-4034. Be sure to check Facebook and Instagram for frequent flash sales. Ooh. Drive north and save on taxes at Schrank's Smoke & Gun in Waukegan, your family-owned gun store since 1964.
Your business is moving fast. It has to. Competition is stronger than ever. You've got a lot to deal with to keep your business moving forward. But there are some things you should delegate to others. It's the only way to concentrate on what you do best and for your business to thrive. What Turnkey IT does best is take care of every aspect of your computer and IT systems. When you go all in, they become a partner in your business's success. Your staff doesn't have time or the resources to keep up on the latest computer and software upgrades, potential threats, or know when it's time to upgrade equipment. That's That's what Turnkey IT's all-in small business package is for. You get world-class help desk, on-site and remote support, monitoring of network resources, 365 hosting, cloud backup, antivirus, and more. Plus, new hardware every 4 years. Whether your business is 1 person or 200, keep it moving in the fast lane. Go all in with Turnkey IT by your side.
Leave the technical stuff to the pros so you can focus on the important things. Visit turnkey.pro today.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
Today, we want to share with you a chance to show your support for our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics by supporting the 100 Club of Chicago.
Too often, our police officers and first responders are treated like the enemy. They are overworked and underappreciated, and they face incredible scrutiny.
Today, you can be part of the solution, and you can promote your business in the process.
Right now, call 312-363-6680 and purchase a foursome at our upcoming golf outing at the Bolingbrook Golf Club on Thursday, June 14th for just $1,196. A portion of the proceeds will go to the 100 Club of Chicago, and as a business owner or marketing manager, you will receive 25 60-second commercials that will air right here on AM 560 Monday through Sunday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Just call 312-363-6680 and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. That's 312-363-6680.
Or go to 560theanswer.com/golf.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that not only recommend it, but use Balance of Nature as well.
In my practice, I was getting to the point where I couldn't have the strength to see that many patients anymore. I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis. It really affected my breathing and the strength that I had. And I was introduced to the fruits and veggies. Just slowly, my strength started to come back, and it was because of the good nutrition. I can't say enough good for Balance of Nature and what it's done for me, and I recommend it to everybody.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
It's news, opinion, insight. It's AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago.
This is a Fox News alert. A wee hour's welcome for 3 freed hostages. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Trump was there when the Korean-American citizens landed in Maryland, set free from prison in North Korea. Fox's Leland Vittert at Joint Base Andrews.
It is not often the President of the United States is up at 3 a.m. for a happy reason, but he certainly was overnight, and you can really see these ear-to-ear smiles, not only on the President, but also, of course, on the men who he greeted. He went on the plane, said hello to them, brought them down, a lot of handshakes, a lot of smiles, few peace signs, cheers from the gathered members of the Air Force there. They talked to the media very briefly. One detainee said it was like a dream being home. Said while he was in North Korea, he was forced to do a lot of hard labor, and to that end, the detainees were put on a bus and taken right to Walter Reed Medical Center.
2 of those men were arrested in North Korea about a year ago, the other in 2015. 3 people are reported killed in Israeli airstrikes against Iranian military facilities in Syria. The strikes came after rockets were fired at Israeli positions in the Golan Heights. A 104-year-old Australian man goes out on his own terms in Switzerland. His story now from Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
David Goodall ended his life today at a clinic in Switzerland in a medically assisted suicide. He's not terminally ill, but he explained his decision in a press conference yesterday.
One wants to be free to choose the death when the death is the appropriate time.
He passed away listening to Beethoven's Ode to Joy. The assisted suicide is banned in his home of Australia. 6 states in the U.S. allow it, including California, Vermont, and Oregon.
Tanya, a pond is being searched in Orange County, Florida, where a teenager yelled, it bit me, then disappeared. Eric Wolf called 911.
I was keeping eyes on him with the binoculars, and I saw him sink under the water, and then unfortunately he did not resurface.
Fox News, fair and balanced.
Sunshine in Chicago, 62 degrees, 7:02 on AM 560, The Answer. Good morning, I'm Mike Scott. A 4-year-old girl who was kidnapped in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood is now safe. Havana Collins Briscoe was reported missing yesterday after being abducted. Both the abductor and Briscoe have been located. Yasmin Collins, who took the girl, was not her biological mother. The ATF agent who was shot last week on Chicago's South Side is out of the hospital. The agent released yesterday, expected to make a full recovery. Ernesto Godinez has been charged in that shooting. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced today in his tax case. Reynolds was found guilty last September of 4 counts of failing to file tax returns between 2009 and 2012. Federal prosecutors are requesting 2 years in prison. Lori Lightfoot will announce her run for Chicago mayor today. Lightfoot telling the Sun-Times this week she's running because Chicago is fundamentally headed in the wrong direction. Some state lawmakers are pushing Governor Rauner and the public to put pressure on the General Assembly to pass the all-but-forgotten Equal Rights Amendment, as AM 560's David Stewart reports.
The Illinois Senate has already voted to ratify the ERA, but 71 votes are still needed in the House. Representative Lou Lang of Skokie is leading that push.
This is your opportunity, Governor. This is the time that you pick up the phone and call legislators, particularly on the GOP side of the aisle, and say enough is enough. It's time to put women in the United States Constitution.
Governor Rauner has been non-committal about the ERA. The deadline for states to ratify it passed years ago, but supporters say Congress could vote to extend that deadline. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Cubs clobber the Marlins 13-4 yesterday. White Sox lost to the Pirates. A big bullpen collapse, 6-5 at Guaranteed Rate Field. The news, a service of Staples. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on printed marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, N623. Exclusions apply at Staples. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high-commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
Your local 1-hour heating and air conditioning knows how miserable it feels when your AC goes out. You want it fixed fast, fixed right, and get a fast quote. Unlike some companies, we don't give you a quote until we actually see what the problem is. Then we'll give you our straightforward price and always stand by our work. Right now, get savings on any AC repair. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1-HOUR.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-566-7906 now for your free reputation analysis. Our dedicated experts and patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-566-7906 to learn more or visit ReputationDefender.com.
7:06, and a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Wakanda eastbound 12 traffic is jammed. Case Road to South Bonner with rollover crash in the right lane. Eden's inbound delay started Gulf. 35 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 23. Kennedy 52 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. 23 from Montrose. 21 on the Express. Outbound 36 minutes to Montrose, 54 to O'Hare. Inbound Eisenhower, an hour and 12 minutes from 390 to downtown. It's 53 minutes from Mannheim. Outbound 38, 390. Stevenson, an hour and 5 minutes, 355 to the drive. 56 minutes from the Tri-State. Outbound 52 minutes, 355. Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 42 minutes, I-80 to the merge. The Division Ford is at 40. Northbound Tri-State delays are from Cicero to the Mile Long Bridge, from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, and Roosevelt to the O'Hare Oasis. Southbound heavy, 137, 176, Irving Park toll to the Bensonville Bridge. Reagan Tollway bottled up from the Fox River to Deal, 53 to 355, and 83 to the Tri-State. Northbound Veterans Memorial, scattered delays, Boughton to Roosevelt, and Army Trail to Lake. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Here is meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Today, intervals of clouds and sun, high 73. Cloudy and cooler tonight with late night showers, low 46. Cloudy, breezy, and cooler for the day tomorrow with occasional rain and a thunderstorm, high 57. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560. The Answer.
Currently 59 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 on your mobile device. Now available on iHeartRadio. Online at iHeartRadio.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy and Donald Trump. President Trump has brought 3 American hostages home from North Korea in advance of his sit-down with Kim Jong-un, which is reported to be in the offing and perhaps to take place in Singapore. President Trump with Melania on the tarmac in the wee hours this morning.
Yes, it was it was a hero's homecoming. They had, 2 hook and ladder fire trucks with a huge American flag showcasing the arrival of the aircraft. President Trump, Melania got on board first, spent some time with the 3 Americans, and then they deplaned together, and it was a big victory. People were cheering.
Proudest achievement will be, this is a part of it, but will be when we denuclearize that entire peninsula. This is what people have been waiting for a long time. Nobody thought we could be on this track in terms of speed. So I'm very honored to have helped the 3 folks. They're great people. I got to speak to them on the plane. These are great people. They've been through a lot, but it's a great honor. But the true honor is going to be if we have a victory in getting rid of nuclear weapons.
And I also thought it was nice, even though the parents were at the State of the Union address, and this was a moment to celebrate the 3 hostages coming home, that President Trump remembered Otto Warmbier.
A great young man who really suffered, and his parents have become friends of ours. They are spectacular people, and I just want to pay my respects.
And it's one of those things because it's not only respectful of Otto Warmbier and his family, but it also signals that President Trump remembers who he's dealing with.
Yep.
Just releasing the 3 American hostages, who should have never been hostages in the first place, of course, doesn't change who Kim Jong-un is, doesn't change what his regime is. And I think that was a way for him to gracefully signal that he hasn't forgotten who he's dealing with.
Well, what do you think brought the world's worst human rights abuser to the point where he released those 3 hostages? Do you think they're on the brink of bankruptcy? They need food.
They need electricity.
Right.
We'll put that question to our friend, Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays 9 to 11 a.m. on these airwaves. He joins us now. Mike, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
My morning show prep. I'm watching you guys every morning. I see Dan standing there at that microphone. Amy, I don't know how he does it. My goodness, you sit down like a normal person to do the radio show, and I get so much wisdom from you guys and enjoyment. When I'm following you when you're off gallivanting in the waves with listeners and going on all these great trips.
Yes.
When I grow up, I want to be like Dan and Amy.
There you go. Damie. An important moment for the president, for this administration, including in what is potentially in the offing, the bigger victory the president referred to, the denuclearization of North Korea, if that could be verified. But nonetheless, you bring hostages home. I don't care what president you are. That's a great moment.
Watching the president be humble is very uncomfortable. It's a very awkward thing to see the president slough off questions about winning the Nobel Peace Prize. And he says, people want that, but what I want is peace. These moments, guys, where you have a president that cannot really be criticized about anything, coming right on the heels of all of the other drama and garbage. I mean, to absorb as much as we, the American people, are absorbing is pretty overwhelming. I mean, it's all the bad happens over a period of 24 hours, and then you get the next 24 hours, and you have this example of peace through strength. Amy was asking, what led to this? You got a president taking this guy on, calling him Little Rocket Man, threatening him with fire and fury. I mean, you hear all these threats and these promises that this president conveys. That's what, this is like peace through strength in the Reagan era on steroids. And so you see leadership, you see world leadership. Who is going to find fault with a president trying to achieve peace in the world? North and South Korea fighting for decades and decades. We've never seen anything like this before. Then right before this happens, you've got the president withdrawing from this lopsided, dangerous, frankly, Iranian nuclear deal. You have all this great economic news, all this great employment news in the country. I mean, there's so much good that, of course, is accompanied by so much bad, and it's just this drama that I guess we get overloaded. But it was really nice to see just a few minutes, as you said, Amy, with that great greeting, and to see that historic, patriotic heroes homecoming with the president there, and important moments, and hitting the right tones, remembering Otto Warmbier. You're right, Dan. This is not a nice regime, and the president knows that. And yet, how about that? We got 3 prisoners home without having to exchange 5 terrorists. How about that? We didn't have to send over a boatload of $150 billion to get three Americans to come home. I mean, it's just it's been a pretty good 24, 48 hours, guys.
Well, he's Kim Jong-un wants something, and he's going to want a lot of money to get rid of those nuclear weapons, don't you think?
You're right. Of course he does. But this is where the art of the deal comes in, and this is where a pretty shrewd, savvy commander-in-chief is going to have to navigate these waters. This summit is going to be historic. It's reportedly going to be in Singapore early June. We'll see where it is. The president said this week it's not going to be in the DMZ as expected. Yeah. But hey, this is where prayer comes in. You pray for peace. You pray that things are going to go well, but you trust but verify. You have a very wary eye. We know we can't trust these guys, but we've gotten a lot farther. There are millions and millions and millions of people in the Korean Peninsula who are sleeping a little easier tonight knowing that just maybe this guy is going to get reined in. And the credit goes to President Trump. It's fascinating to me to watch the efforts to chip away and take away credit that is entirely due him. I saw an interview last night on Fox News. Somebody was talking about the record low unemployment rate in the black community in America. It's the lowest it's ever been in history, on record. Lowest it's ever been. And I watched the young guest on the TV show say, when Obama, that's Obama. Obama gets credit because in his administration it was 17%. The guy literally said on national TV, now that it's at 6.6, Obama dropped it by 10 points. Now, here's a perfect example. This is Trump's economy. These are the economic initiatives of Republicans in Congress with the tax law, and there's a guy saying Obama gets the credit for this. So, some days you just can't win. You just got to keep your head down and keep supporting this country, putting this country first, and hoping and praying for the best.
Yeah, and the 40-year average, actually, black unemployment, 45-year average is 12%. So, I mean, for it to be at 6.5% now is it's something to note. There's no question, but it speaks to the press corps. And Sarah Sanders took some heat from the press yesterday about Trump's comments about rescinding press credentials for some journalists. And of course, anytime that he makes a statement like that, you get all of the how dare you impugn the Fourth Estate? You're trying to eliminate our First Amendment freedom of the press, and so on and so forth. And yet the entire press corps was represented on the tarmac when he met the hostages. So, it seems to me like Trump blows off steam by attacking the press with some of their unfair coverage, but there's no evidence to back it up. So the press hysteria actually serves to just further delegitimize them.
It's Lucy and the football. It was Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football. I mean, he puts out a tweet and watches them get hysterical. I think he sits back and chuckles. Now, having said that, I don't know where there's a constitutional guarantee that April Ryan gets to sit in the third row of the White House press briefing every day.
Right.
Where's that in the Constitution? All this hysteria about the First Amendment, or the free speech rights being abridged. There's only how many reporters are in there? 30, 40? There are probably thousands of reporters that want to be in that White House press briefing. Is that censorship? Nobody's suggesting censorship. To hear the pushback that the president got, and I got some yesterday when I said, hey, they should pull the credentials of a reporter who's not really in that room to ask legitimate questions. April Ryan, who wants to attack Melania Trump and say she's not culturally American. That's a smear and insulting her. They want to yank her credential. We're not going to have a constitutional crisis. April Ryan can plop down in front of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and cover her smears on Melania all day long on CNN. There's no censorship issue here whatsoever. But to hear the drama, the melodrama, the pearl clutching from people who go there and think that the world is coming to an end because Trump is jerking their chain a little bit and saying maybe I'll pull credentials was really, really comical. Nobody's advocating censorship. Even the reporters from the New York Times acknowledge how accessible this president is. He talks to them too much, probably. He goes around and talks to all these guys. So there's no censorship issue. Once more, typical overreaction sparked by a tweet, which I believe is by design. He just loves to see the disruption that he causes when he throws one of these little bombshells out.
I'm very protective of our First Lady, Melania Trump. What did April Ryan say about her?
She said that, and Amy, I am too, because I think this lady is put through so much just by who she's married to. She had this beautiful initiative to try to protect, she wants to protect kids from opioid abuse, bullying and all that, online bullying. Of course, the obvious, attack is, oh, well, you're married to the Twitter bully and all that. April Ryan on CNN said, well, Melania really isn't culturally American, but she's getting there, and she's learning the ways of America. What, because of her accent, April?
She speaks five languages.
5 languages. This is her 5th language, and she's an American citizen, and she loves this country, and that's what I mean. I mean, if the president wants to get protective of his wife and say, April Ryan is writing a book. You go to her Twitter page, you can see she's hawking a book at the top of the page. That's what these guys want. They want their 15 seconds of sound bites and showboating and grandstanding in the White House press briefing room. Again, pulling a credential from the White House press briefing room is not censorship, and it's not abridging the right of a free press. Nobody's advocating censorship, certainly not me, but they don't get to. That's a privilege to sit in that White House every day. It's not a right.
He is Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike Gallagher Show, which is appropriately named. He is on 9 to 11, following us each morning on these airwaves. Mike, thanks as always for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Love you guys. Keep fighting the good fight. Take care.
Thanks, Mike. And he joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up, Don Blankenship has some words for the not American person, Mitch McConnell. That's what he's calling him now.
Cocaine Mitch and
Cocaine
his China
Mitch.
family?
Yeah, and with its China people. Yeah.
What about the swamp people?
Well, you didn't mention the swamp people.
I hope Don Blankenship never goes away.
And a new romance is budding in the Trump family. We'll tell you what's happening. But first, here's your forecast. Clear skies, as you can see, a high of 73 degrees. It's a lot cooler near the lake, a high of only 60 down there. And tonight, cooler with considerable clouds, a possible late night shower, a low of 46. And for tomorrow, it's going to be breezy, cold, rain on and off, a possible thunderstorm, high 57. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. The Kennedy looks like a mess right now, inbound and outbound. Here's Jim Telemonte with the details.
Thanks, Amy. Boy, it's heavy pretty much all around, and the Kennedy is no exception. We're up to 58 minutes already from O'Hare to downtown. The delay's kicking at Canfield. It's 30 minutes from Montrose, 32 in the express lane, so they're worse. Outbound, 44 minutes to Montrose, an hour and 2 minutes downtown to O'Hare. Eden's 27 minutes, Lake Cook to Junction, up on 25. Eisenhower, an hour and 5 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 52 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 6 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 48 minutes. The Ryan, 35 minutes, 95 to the loop. I-57 is 42 minutes, I-80 to the merge. Bishop Ford, 44. Tri-State southbound delays are 137 to 176. The Adams Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge. Northbound heavy, 115th, most of the way to 31st. And Roosevelt to the Grand Avenue curve. Reagan Tollway jam from Fox River Bridge around Deal, then in pockets 53 to the Tri-State and the northbound Veterans Memorial. Extremely heavy from I-55 to St. Charles, and also slow from the Army Trail Toll to 290. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Gentlemen, when it comes to your daily health and quality of life, there are numbers every man needs to know, including our testosterone number. Hi, Dan Proft here. I personally recommend choosing my friends at Low T Center. It's where I got my levels tested. These guys are great. They make it quick and easy. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy, cause lack of motivation and drive, can raise your cholesterol levels, cause weight gain and loss of muscle mass. If you've been experiencing any of these symptoms, it's time to get your levels checked. At Low T Center, they accept most health insurance and will even verify it for you. Low T Center's physicians specialize in treating low T in men. It's been their specialty for many years. They know men's health and are reinventing men's health care. When it comes to your health and daily quality of life, do what I did. Get your numbers checked. You owe it to yourself. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Proft sent you. That's 312-239-3427. Call 312-239-3427 or go to lowtcenter.com for more information. That's lowtcenter.com.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof? I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you? I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782. Liberty did what? They saved me $782. Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Visit CVS.
Get a $10 cash card when you spend $30 on these great deals and more at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy. This week only, stock up on Scott paper towels for just $5.49. And surprise mom with select Ferrero chocolates. Buy one, get one free. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details.
Visit CVS.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Tom Goleb, Chief Financial Officer of Navitas Systems, a leader in the next generation of advanced battery technology and a customer of Signature Bank. A few years ago, I heard Signature Bank on an AM 560 radio ad just as our previous commercial bank was being acquired. I knew Mick O'Rourke and Kevin Bastuga from a prior enterprise. I valued my relationship with them, and the way they worked earned my trust and my business. So I decided to give Signature Bank a call. They took the time to understand our early-stage technology company that has its own set of challenges. Signature Bank took care of us, and now we are satisfied customers.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that not only recommend it, but use Balance of Nature as well.
I look at Balance of Nature and I look what it's doing for me as I've started taking it, and for the patients that I have that are taking it, and it's been phenomenal watching the changes that have happened and how much healthier and how much more energy that they have. I haven't heard any negative feedback from any of my patients who have been taking the product. And the thing that amazes me with it is that it's so simple.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
Dan Proft here, and I'm joined by Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, homeloanexpert.com. And everybody knows the housing market is en fuego. That means hot. But how do you take advantage of it? That's why we have an expert here. His name's Ryan Kelly, as I just mentioned, and he's going to tell us. Ryan?
Well, I appreciate it. Let me jump on, Dan, and you're exactly right. The housing market is hot, and homes are selling fast. You know, if you're thinking about selling your house, that's great. Just put a for sale sign in the yard, make up a price, and it should go fairly quick. If you're thinking about buying a home, it's never been more important to make sure you're working with a strong mortgage lender. Believe me when I tell you, you are not the only person watching those same streets, those same neighborhoods, the same school districts, waiting for the house to come on the market. There's a lot of people out there waiting for that same house. So make sure you're prepared. Get pre-approved today at thehomeloanexpert.com. That's thehomeloanexpert.com. Thanks, Dan. The Home Loan Expert, LLC, Tennessee Residential Mortgage Licensee.
AM 560, The Answer.
Did you hear about the new love? The new romance?
Don Jr.?
Okay, wait, yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, John Jr., because he has filed for divorce, so yes, it's
Right.
okay to go out and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, meet other young women. So, guess who he's with?
Monica.
Monica Lewinsky. No, this according to Page 6.
It's the
Little
Bible
juicier
when it comes to couples gossip.
It is, but it's it's vetted. They don't just put stuff on Page 6. He's moving from Vanessa to a Fox News host. Care to guess which one?
Tucker Carlson.
Multiple sources exclusively tell Page 6 that Don Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle, co-hosts of The Five, have been dating for a few weeks.
Oof.
As his divorce from Vanessa Trump proceeds. One source exclusively told Page 6 that Don Jr. and Kimberly are seeing each other and are having a great time. While he wants to respect the privacy of his family while getting divorced, he also truly enjoys Kimberly's company. The new couple has been seen arriving together at a party hosted by Bill White and Brian Erie.
Oh, sure, the White Erie party.
For the President Trump's new ambassador to Germany, blah, 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 who cares? Don Jr. and Guilfoyle mingled with guests, but stuck close to each other and later left together, heading for a late-night dinner at Harry Caprini's on Fifth Avenue. Why do I feel dirty reading this?
Boy, it's like
Maybe
we're
it's
on
the
the
way I'm
dates.
reading it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Boy, Gavin
He's
Newsom's ex,
40.
huh? I would, I'd suggest, after hearing that and thinking about Kimberly Guilfoyle and thinking about his wife, I would advise him to see if he can't reconcile with Vanessa. If that's his fallback position, I'd go back to
Well, he's 40, she's 49, former San Francisco and L.A. prosecutor.
Yeah. Gavin Newsom's ex.
Gavin Newsom's ex. Yeah, you know.
Do I need to say anything more than that?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Candace and DuPage.
Okay, Amy, when you started talking about this, I yelled out Kimberly Guilfoyle because
You
I'm always like, she is so stunning and so smart, and I love her. I don't care what you say, Dan.
I know. I love her
think
too. She's
funny.
great.
Painful.
She's
And
gorgeous.
that is a great
Excruciating.
relation. That is, you know what? Listen, Dan, stop. Okay.
Yeah, just 'cause
I
you can't
knew-
have her.
I knew. But listen,
You don't want her.
knew that Don Jr.'s wife. I knew that Don Jr.'s wife could not take this pressure, and I knew something was going to happen because she just could not take it. And Kimberly is tough as nails. You can't intimidate her.
Exactly.
So that is the perfect woman for him, especially
can't.
if he wants to go into politics.
You can't sleep with your chief of staff's wife and get away with it. Not if Kimberly Guilfoyle is your wife. Okay, Candace, thanks for the call.
Candace and I agree on her beauty, her stunning good looks.
Sorry, I can't be with you girls on this one.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Gina Haspel, before the Senate, she endures worse than waterboarding. Questioning from Senator Jack Reed. We'll have that at 7:37.
But first, into the newsroom we go. Here's Mike Scott.
3 U.S. citizens imprisoned by North Korea are back in America. 62 degrees and sunshine on AM 560, The Answer. Those former imprisoned U.S. citizens landed shortly before 3 a.m. at Joint Base Andrews, where the president, the first lady, the vice president, and his wife greeted them. Scientists on Hawaii's Big Island are warning the Kilauea volcano could be cooking up a really big eruption. Geologists say the threat of explosive eruptions will rise as lava drains from Kilauea's summit. The search continues this morning for 6 dead bodies in a wooded area northeast of Detroit. The site is where the body of 13-year-old Cindy Zarzicki was found in 2008 after Arthur Ream led police to that property. Ream was convicted of murdering the teen. He's already serving life in prison, and now police say this morning there may be as many as 6 other missing girls buried on that property. The deadly E. coli outbreak tied to romaine lettuce grown in Arizona is spreading. The CDC says the outbreak now covers 29 states. The House is moving to approve an election year bill today to revive the mothballed nuclear waste dump at Nevada's Yucca Mountain, in spite of strong opposition from home state lawmakers. 4-year-old girl kidnapped in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood, according to Chicago police, has been found safe. The ATF agent shot last week on Chicago's South Side is out of the hospital. The agent released yesterday is expected to make a full recovery. We will be watching today as Lori Lightfoot officially announces her run for Chicago mayor, joining a very crowded field set to challenge Mayor Rahm Emanuel. And an Illinois regulator is seeking to remove the license of a decades-long troubled Chicago towing company. The Illinois Commerce Commission recently released a scathing report on Lincoln Towing after a 2-year investigation into the company that has been accused of hauling cars illegally. And there's a public hearing on that case set for late in the month. Cubs beat the Marlins 13-4. White Sox lost to the Pirates 6-5 at Guaranteed Rate Field. The news service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs? Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country with great rates, 0 fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. 7:35, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
I am a Trump supporter.
The Joe Walsh Show.
Now, I am a Trump supporter who will freely criticize the president when I think he's done wrong. And done wrong can be sending out a stupid tweet, raising taxes, or supporting amnesty. It can be anything. It's the issues to me. And when President Trump does something that does not advance those issues, I'll call him out on it.
The Joe Walsh Show. Weeknights starting at 5. Right after Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee. Roasted fresh daily in Batavia, Illinois.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bastuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. If you get the feeling your deposits don't matter to your bank, then maybe you're not with the right bank. At Signature Bank, your deposits matter to us as much as your business loans. Signature provides unmatched banking expertise, custom financial solutions, and the industry's best technology to closely held Chicagoland businesses. Whether your business is looking for a deposit relationship or needs a ready source for financing, Signature Bank is the right bank for you. Call us today to see how Signature Bank can help your business grow and thrive.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
7:36. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Inbound Eden's delays start around Devon. It's 27 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 26. Kennedy, an hour and 8 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 39 minutes from Montrose. Same in the Express. Outbound 58 minutes to O'Hare. Eisenhower's an hour and 5 minutes, 390 to downtown. 48 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 52 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 9 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 52 minutes. Ryan is 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Tri-State southbound, bottled up 120 to 137. And from the Adams Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge, northbound 115th, most of the way to 31st, and Roosevelt to North Avenue. Westbound Veterans Memorial Jam. From the Des Plaines River Bridge, most of the way to St. Charles. And the Army Trail toll to 290. Traffic service of Staples. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services. Get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only and 6/23. Exclusions apply. Staples. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. It comes from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Clouds and sun today. High near 73. We'll start with sunshine and 59. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Build business with Chamber 630, one of the largest business organizations in DuPage County. Marketing your business and connecting clients is their priority. Visit chamber630.com or call 630-968-4050 to join today.
You want more than just the headlines? Find out what's going on and what it means with me, Dennis Prager, this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy, and we were talking to Mike Gallagher about this briefly, but this exchange between Sarah Sanders and a member of the D.C. Press Corps over the latest Trump eruption about the quote-unquote fake news and their inability to provide accurate information to the public, their unwillingness to, their kind of constant attack mode, suggesting that some credentials could be revoked. Here's how Sarah Sanders addressed that.
How is the suggestion of taking American journalists' press credentials away, advocating for a free press in this country? That those two do not go together.
The fact that I'm standing here taking questions, the fact that the president took questions from your colleagues just 2 hours ago demonstrates this White House's commitment to accessibility and to providing information to the American public. At the same time, the press has a responsibility to put out accurate information. Just yesterday, the New York Times accused the Secretary of State for being AWOL. When he was flying across the globe to bring 3 Americans home. That is an outrageous claim. Just earlier this week, the Washington Post accused the First Lady of not living in the White House. That outrageous claim was then repeated again in this room. We are here. We are taking questions. We are doing everything we can to provide regular and constant information to the American people. And there is a responsibility by you guys to provide accurate information. And we're going to continue to try to work with you, as I'm doing right here, right now, and as the president did just a couple of hours ago.
You know, we wouldn't be able to ask those questions without those credentials in this room?
I'm sorry?
We wouldn't be able to ask these questions that you're here to answer without these credentials.
And you are. So you're clearly sitting right here asking them right now.
Wow, she put Cecilia Vega in her place.
And then Sarah Sanders took Cecilia Vega's press credential away.
No. Like, give me that. I need that right now.
I mean,
well,
it's a combination of being completely in the tank for the left and also being an idiot and just not listening to what's being said and not thinking through the idea that a press credential and a freedom of the press are inextricably linked. As Gallagher properly said, you don't have a constitutional right to a press credential to the White House briefing room, the White House press room. You don't. Nobody's shutting down an outlet. Nobody's engineering a state takeover of an outlet. And
reporters got their panties in a bunch. They saw President Trump tweet, "Why do we work so hard in working with the media when it is corrupt? Take away credentials?" ? And everybody sees like, hair's on fire.
Right? Yeah, it's right.
What about my JOB? That's not right. Our First Amendment to free speech.
It's the state takeover of the media. It's the chilling effect on free speech. All the things that have been said about Trump when
He's just pushing their button.
Yeah, right. I think that's right.
Poking the bear.
I think that's right. And also, it raises the profile on the illegitimate reporting that many of these outlets and many of these reporters are doing. And Sarah Sanders gave 2 concrete examples in her response.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Melania Trump wasn't living in the White House. What was the other?
Mike Pompeo was AWOL when he was flying to North Korea to get the hostages. And the point is that you write whatever you want, and I think Trump and bring it. The more you come over the top at me, the more it redounds to my benefit. So the last thing Trump wants is the press to go away, and of course, as Nicholas Kristof at the New York Times and others have observed, frankly, if they're being honest with themselves, the last thing the D.C. press corps wants is Trump to go away.
Oh,
they love this.
It's ratings gold, baby. Huh? Do you like the way I said that?
Yeah, it's great. They're like a journalism
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro. Answer line 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment.
Everything is hyperventilation and breaking news and the end of Western civilization, the end of a representative republic. And they're just, they've marginalized themselves with their overreactions and overstatements and shoddy reporting. And they're just so out to get Trump that they can't help themselves, it seems. Steve in Hinsdale, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, I'm convinced now that the dumbest college kids major in journalism. They can't succeed in any STEM stuff. And when you watch these journalists, the field has just really declined. And in fact, Prof, you have a law degree. Why don't you go back into law and get out of journalism? You're just killing your career.
This is
Thanks,
journalism.
guys. Have a great day.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for the call, Steve.
Well, I think the worst, every journalist should take an intro to law course because they're covering things where if there has to be attribution. If not, they could get sued. And I don't think they realize that. That's what, you would be a great reporter. Let me hear you say, reporting live from 26 in Cal, Dan Proft, Fox 32. Come on.
Hey, look, snow. Dan Proft reporting from the Edens. Hey, residential kitchen fire happened here. Dan Proft reporting live from the South Side.
My favorite, remember?
Crack up on the Dan Ryan. Dan Proft reporting from 35th.
My favorite, remember Phil Walters from NBC? He was
I
like
do.
He was a brilliant man, a brilliant writer. One time he said, reporting live from where am I? He turned around and looks
And
to
he was
see
in
where
studio.
No, he was out on the street. It was funny. I loved him.
The best is the kind of the shots, the live shots where you're in front of something that really has no relevance to the story. It's like why are you in front of City Hall? Because you have to have like some backdrop, like you're out in the field.
Well, yeah.
But it's all silly.
And then you have these, consultants come in to like grab the door and say, So and this happened at NBC for a while. They want everything to be in a minute, and this is City Hall. Grab the door and say, the door's locked tonight, but earlier today in this building, sparks were flying. Roll tape. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Or walk through the door, do something, pick up something. So it was
that is like
dumb. Just sit there and just listen to all that.
We should have you do some side work as the Morning Answer's court reporter. I mean, that's like Doug Llewellyn quality drama right there.
And really sell it. Say it with your eyes.
Yeah.
And talk like this.
Yeah.
Morning live.
Yeah. Why do you think nobody under 70 watches the network affiliate newscasts. I wonder. What happened on the Dan Ryan today? Somebody, Cheryl, tell me what happened. I'm interested in the murder du jour. I want to see some cross promotion for network programming. Let me flip on. Who's on CBS? Who's
I don't
on
even
Fox?
watch that. Fox is Corey McFerrin and Dawn Hasselbrook.
Dawn Hasselbrook. Dawn Hasbrook or something?
No, Dawn.
It's not Hasselbrook.
I don't know. Hasselhoff?
It's Dawn Hasselhoff. It's Elizabeth Hasselhoff.
I don't know her name. Do you watch any local news?
No.
What if you get interviewed by, say, ABC7 or BBM? Do you watch yourself?
No, I never watch myself on TV. Or even the live stream. I'm very self-conscious about my hair.
Let me see. You still have your hair.
Yeah.
Let me see the spot and back.
There's no spot.
Well, I'll decide.
No, I don't have a
Is there
friar
any
tuck.
thinning?
No.
What did you call
No,
it?
I don't have a friar tuck. I don't have that. I don't have the hole in my haircut. I'm good. My hair is luscious. It's anchor quality.
It's luscious.
It's anchor quality, but I'll never. I mean, unless Sinclair calls.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, a Romanian man and a cat? What did you say, Dan?
Something like that. How about Romanian man as Schrodinger's cat?
Oh, okay.
Also not allowed to fly in United Airlines, Schrodinger's cat.
But first, here's your forecast. Plenty of sunshine, but a little cool. A high of 73 degrees, which is a little bit above average for this time of year, but it's only going to be 60 at the lakefront. Tonight, a late night shower, a low of 46. And for the next few days, it's going to be pretty chilly around here. Tomorrow's going to be cloudy, breezy, rain and thunderstorms on and off throughout the day, a high of just 57. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy and Dan. It's rough sledding on the Veterans Memorial Tollway northbound 355 is jammed. The Des Plaines River Bridge moves to the way to Roosevelt and then also from North Avenue to 290. Edens runs 24 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 26. Kennedy, an hour and 8 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 39 minutes from Montrose. Same on the Express. Outbound 40 minutes to Montrose, 58 to the airport. Eisenhower, an hour and 5 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 52 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 9 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound, it's 52 minutes. The Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Tri-State southbound, very heavy, 120 to 137. The Adams Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge. Northbound, 115th most of the way to 31st and Roosevelt to North Avenue. Reagan Tollway jam from the Fox River most of the way to 355 and York to the Tri-State. Jim Talamonte, the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Hey, looking to secure financing on a new home or refinance your existing home? Then you need to do what I did and call the most honest lender I know, Team Hochberg. Sally's heard hundreds of Team Hochberg's ads and called them for her mortgage. Wrong. While pumping gas at the nation's largest online... This is... All right. She just needs to call David Hochberg.
Take two.
Okay.
Let's start again from the top.
Team Hochberg doesn't have a rocket, but they have lower rates and closing costs than the nation's largest online lender and secured the financing on Sally's new home. When securing a mortgage, you can call the online lender who loves spending millions of dollars promoting their rocket by charging borrowers ridiculously high closing costs, or you can call a trusted local lender, Team Hochberg, at 312-751-1333. Team Hochberg helped me and thousands of AM 560 listeners, but they can't help you if you don't call. 312-751-1333. For honest advice, call Team Hochberg, 312-751-1333, or visit am560david.com. Pro Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, 4358 NMLS 19186.
People have long associated the Ozinga name with concrete, but truth be told, Ozinga has always been on a quest to create a better world. We want to help you build your business so you can provide for your family, create better jobs, and build your community. It's why we constantly engineer better concrete, haul raw materials, and supply cleaner fuel. Together, we can positively impact the places where we live, work, and play throughout the Chicagoland area. To learn more, go to ozinga.com. That's OZINGA.com.
So, you're a truck driver, a clutch cowboy, a wrangler of the road. At Ozinga, you are exactly who we need. Concrete truck drivers. People who aren't afraid of a little adventure and hard work. If you're tired of monotony and are looking to build something that matters, then come build with us. At Ozinga, we are building our families, our communities, and our country. Apply online today at ozinga.com. That's OZINGA.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I went to have my blood test done a few weeks ago, and I met the doctor, and he was really encouraged by my progress, and I showed him what I was taking. And he started looking at all the ingredients, and he said, I'm really impressed with the shiitake mushroom. And he said, this stuff, it could clean out your arteries. And I'm like, oh, wow. He said, you may be onto something here. And he said, you just keep that up, and maybe you can start cutting back on your medication. And he says, you're helping your health by doing that. And I'm like, whoa, endorsement by the doctor.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
Today, we want to share with you a chance to show your support for our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics by supporting the 100 Club of Chicago.
Too often, our police officers and first responders are treated like the enemy. They are overworked and underappreciated, and they face incredible scrutiny.
Today, you can be part of the solution, and you can promote your business in the process.
Right now, call 312-363-6680 and purchase a foursome at our upcoming golf outing at the Bolingbrook Golf Club on Thursday, June 14th for just $1,196. A portion of the proceeds will go to the 100 Club of Chicago, and as a business owner or marketing manager, you will receive 25 60-second commercials that will air right here on AM 560 Monday through Sunday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Just call 312-363-6680 and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. That's 312-363-6680.
Or go to 560theanswer.com/golf.
Do you want your basement to be dry most of the time? If so, Permaseal is not the company for you. At Permaseal, we believe your basement should be dry all the time, no matter how hard it rains. Hi, I'm Roy Spencer, president of Permaseal. I hear story after story of homeowners who say their basement only leaks when it rains. Well, you don't worry about your living room or bedroom getting wet when it rains. You should feel the same way about your basement. Just call 800-421-SEAL. We offer a free estimate, no haggle pricing, and a price assurance guarantee, so you can rest assured that you're getting the best value. Your basement is already dry most of the time, but if you want your basement dry all the time, you know who to call. 800-421-SEAL. Permaseal has earned an A+ rating from the BBB and has received their 2016 Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics. That's 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Hey guys, Ken here from the Business Accelerator podcast, Today's Growth. If you had to choose a vehicle to take you up the rocky side of a mountain, would you choose a Ferrari or a Jeep? The Ferrari's faster, cooler, maybe even sexier, but if you have to get to the top, the Jeep's a better bet. I think we can agree getting to the top is not about the driver, it's the vehicle. Have you noticed people often pick their financial vehicle like they pick their cars? Washington Post shared that only 1 out of 4 people choose a job that uses their college degree. Why? Simple. Something more immediate, maybe cooler, maybe even sexier came along first. Shouldn't the main deciding factors for revenue generation be production or output? Should the cool factor have any weight in choosing someone's income? If getting to the top of the financial mountain is mission critical for you, why not add a few Jeeps to your garage? Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that makes it to the top every time? If so, You have to see the Jeeps lined up at IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
You know, it's not too late to service your furnace or too early for your AC. And the company you know you can depend on is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They're not one of those massive impersonal companies with inexperienced technicians and subcontractors. Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling sends only their own highly skilled technicians. From service to installation and everything in between, their work quality and customer service is the best. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling keeps homes and businesses comfy and warm. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. Mention AM 560 and receive 20% off your first service call. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. And Amy, you know the example of Schrodinger's cat, that thought experiment. Schrodinger's cat, both simultaneously alive and dead.
Yes.
A cat in a steel cage with a bit of radioactive material.
Why do you
in
have
a Geiger
to re-victimize
County,
me?
And so it's a criticism of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, as you know. And the cat is simultaneously alive and dead. Well, that's the same thing for a Romanian man, Constantin Railiu.
I think I'm wearing off on you.
Railiu?
You're getting my pronunciation of names disease.
No, Constantin.
Railiu.
After more than 20 years of working as a cook in Turkey, the 63-year-old returned home to Romania to discover that his wife had officially registered him as dead. Since then, he's been living a legalistic nightmare trying to prove to authorities that he is, in fact, alive. He faced a major setback last week when a court in the northeastern city of Vaslui refused to overturn his death certificate because his request was filed too late.
Sorry,
you're still dead. I'm a living ghost, he told the AP in a phone interview from his home in northeastern Russia. I'm officially dead, although I'm alive. I have no income, and because I am listed as dead, I can't do anything. I'm not sure whether I'm divorced or not, because I'm not sure whether I'm alive or not. I'm not sure whether she's married to someone else or not. Nobody will tell me because people don't want to speak to the dead.
Oh, my gosh.
You believe in ghosts. He is a ghost.
He's real, but that should be reversed.
I love
Can't he fight that?
The idea that
it's such a government red tape.
It's such a such a commentary on government. I'm sorry, you're dead because you had to be here by 3:00.
Right, and it's 3:05, and I'm sorry we can't overturn this.
Still dead. Maybe come back tomorrow and we'll reinstate your. Oh.
So what's he doing now?
He's.
Did he get a cat?
Yeah. Can't fly on United Airlines either. Yeah, so
I'm sure his TSA pre-check's gone.
He is still working on establishing to the Romanian government that he indeed does exist. So we'll keep you updated.
If he comes back to life.
It was like Lazarus.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll talk to Washington Times' Jed Babin about the confirmation hearing for Gina Haspel yesterday at 8:08.
But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
An ATF agent wounded in a Southside shooting is out of the hospital. Mel Reynolds to be sentenced today in a tax case. Today's the day Lori Lightfoot will officially challenge Rahm Emanuel. Cubs clobber the Marlins. White Sox can't keep the Pirates down in a cooler day ahead. WIND Chicago News Time is 8:00.
This is a Fox News alert. On behalf of the American people, welcome home. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. That tweet from President Trump this morning after greeting 3 Korean Americans freed from prison in North Korea when they landed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland.
It was a very important thing to all of us to be able to get these 3 great people out. And I must tell you, I want to pay my warmest respects to the parents of Otto Warmbier, who is a great young man who who really suffered.
Otto Warmbier died soon after being sent home from North Korea with brain damage last year. At least one Democrat, Joe Manchin, says he will vote to confirm Gina Haspel as CIA director. A prominent Republican, though, says she should not get the job.
John McCain, who's suffering from cancer and won't be able to vote, issued a statement saying Haspel failed to address concerns about her involvement in the post-9/11 rendition and interrogation program at her confirmation hearing. The former prisoner of war said he believes Haspel is a patriot who loves our country, but that her refusal to acknowledge torture's immorality is disturbing, adding, I believe the Senate should exercise its duty of advice and consent and reject this nomination.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. Volcano National Park in Hawaii is shutting down over warnings the Kilauea volcano could erupt more explosively. Flowing lava has destroyed at least 26 homes, with hundreds of people like John Olson forced out of the area.
It's a beautiful place and beautiful people. So it's been a good run.
In Orange County, Florida, a body's been found in a pond where a 15-year-old boy was seen flailing his arms, yelling, "It bit me," before going underwater and not coming back up. A sheriff spokesman says it hasn't been confirmed whether this was a drowning or an alligator attack, but alligators are known to live in that pond. Fox News, fair and balanced.
We have sunshine this morning, 62 degrees officially at O'Hare at 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. An ATF agent shot last week on Chicago's South Side is out of the hospital. The agent released yesterday, expected to make a full recovery. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced today in his tax case. In a memo filed this week, the ex-lawmaker is asking a judge for probation. Federal prosecutors have requested 2 years in prison. As she prepares to announce for mayor, former federal prosecutor Lori Lightfoot says her city hall would be more progressive and inclusive than those that came before. AM 560's David Stewart has more.
Lori Lightfoot has served the city in several capacities relating to police department oversight and reform, but she says her campaign will be concerned with other issues too. She tells the Chicago Tribune the city isn't doing enough to reverse the population decline, driven by neighborhood woes and a tax structure that penalizes those least able to afford it. She tells the Sun-Times she's lost confidence in Mayor Emanuel, in part because of his us versus them style and because too many Chicagoans aren't sharing in the city's prosperity. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Cubs owner Tom Ricketts, who helped turn a team of lovable losers into a World Series champion, has agreed to become majority owner of a franchise in what's being termed the second-tier United Soccer League. It intends to play in a new stadium a developer plans to build not far from Wrigley Field. Sterling Bay, a real estate development company, saying it will form a joint venture with Ricketts, who will own the team. Sterling Bay announced plans in November for a 20,000-seat stadium in the Lincoln Park and Bucktown neighborhoods on the city's north side. Ricketts' Cubs clobbered the Marlins 13-4. Jerry Reinsdorf's White Sox lost to the Pirates 6-5. 8:03 is our time. Time for the AM 560 Business Beat from the Fox Business Network, a service of Turnkey.pro. Here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating a Tesla Model S collision in Florida that killed 2 teenagers. The car hit a concrete wall and burst into flames. The NTSB and Tesla say investigators are looking into whether the car was in partial self-driving mode, autopilot, and whether the car was speeding. The car was in a residential neighborhood with a 35-mile-an-hour limit. Tesla says if it was in autopilot, the car would have been limited to driving 35 miles an hour or less on the street. General Motors will be setting up its Asia-Pacific headquarters in South Korea. GM is also agreeing to buy more parts from South Korean auto suppliers for operations around the world. The Dow Jones Industrials closed up 182 yesterday. NASDAQ added 73. S&P gained 25. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Larry Elder sees strong support for the president from Republicans.
The fact that the House Intelligence Committee came out with their report and said no collusion, no conspiracy, no coordination, what it does show you is that Republicans are still behind President Trump. He is the leader of his party. He still has high approval ratings among Republicans. And this House report shows that House members anyway believe that he did not engage in any kind of collusion, and they are backing him 100%.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 7, right before Jay Sekulow at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
(8:06) and a check of your morning roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim.
Like the northbound tri-state is packed solid from 127th before 115th and Ridgeland. Crash to the left lane. It's also heavy southwest highway to 31st and from the Reagan Tollway to Balmoral. Southbound slow 21 to 60. The Adams Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge. But Adams Tollway tight 59 at Bartlett, lead to the tri-state. Reagan Tollway slow 25 to Wiola, Winfield to Naperville, and Highland to the tri-state. Northbound Veterans Memorial jam to the Des Plaines River Bridge, most of it at Roosevelt and North Avenue, 290. Edens runs 24 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 25. Kennedy, an hour and 6 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Eisenhower, an hour and 5 minutes, 390 to the Circle. Stevenson, an hour and 9 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Traffic, service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs? Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country. Great rates, zero fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Now your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Blend of clouds and sunshine today with a high 73, temperatures falling for the afternoon. Then tonight, cloudy and cooler with showers late at night, a low of 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
59 at O'Hare. Next news 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by St. John's Northwestern Military Academy. More info online at sjnma.org.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. And Gina Haspel endured worse than waterboarding, worse than 5 hours of Maroon 5 songs being directed at you in a confined space, questioning from the likes of Kamala Harris and Jack Reed from Rhode Island. Listen to this torturous exchange between Jack Reed and Gina Haspel. Again, it's about the enhanced interrogation program, which is what dominated the hearing. And to try and get to the morality of it, Jack Reed tried to flip the script on Haspel and say, what would you have done? How would you have received it if a CIA officer had been waterboarded by a terrorist?
If one of your operators were captured, subjected to waterboarding and enhanced interrogation techniques, which you, I believe, supervise, Would you consider that to be moral, since perhaps the other entity did not have legal restrictions, and good tradecraft, as you appeared to do when you were involved in it previously?
Senator, I don't believe the terrorists follow any guidelines or civilized norms or the law. CIA follows the law.
Excuse me, madam. You seem to be saying that you were not following civilized norms and the law or anything else when you were conducting those self-same activities, if that's the analogy you're going to draw.
Senator, I'm sorry, can you I can't.
Very simple. You have an operations officer who is captured. He's being waterboarded. I've asked you very simply, would you determine that to be immoral and something that should never be done, condoned in any way, shape, or form? Your response seems to be that civilized nations don't do it, but uncivilized nations do it, or uncivilized groups do it.
The United States does it.
A civilized nation was doing it until it was outlawed by this Congress.
Senator, I would never obviously support inhumane treatment of any CIA officers. We've lost CIA officers over the years to terrorists. I just gave an example. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed personally killed a Wall Street Journal correspondent and filmed that. I don't think there's any comparison between CIA officers serving their country, adhering to U.S. law, and terrorists who, by their very definition, are not following anybody's law.
So every politician wanted their "I gotcha" moment, and it just didn't happen.
And Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, by the way, since Gina Haspel mentioned him, along with John McCain, does not want to see Gina Haspel confirmed to be CIA director. Interesting bedfellows. Kamala Harris tried the same game with Haspel.
Oh, yeah.
Do you believe that the previous interrogation techniques were immoral?
Senator, I believe that CIA officers to whom you referred.
It's a yes or no answer. Do you believe the previous interrogation techniques were immoral? I'm not asking do you believe they were legal. I'm asking do you believe they were immoral?
Senator, I believe that CIA did extraordinary work to prevent another attack on this country given the legal tools that we were authorized to use.
Please answer yes or no.
I mean, it just went on and on and then.
And
finally, they changed topics.
And Tom Cotton had a moment there. I mean, again, this is all to everybody gets their turn at the wheel to be on TV, so they have clips they can send out to their constituents about
free advertising,
what they did. But Tom Cotton did make a valuable point when he went back in time to the period that everybody is questioning Haspel about and reminded his colleagues about some senior level officers that were in CIA at the time that went on to, say, be CIA director, like, I don't know, John Brennan.
These programs were, to the best of your understanding, approved by the Commander-in-Chief, legally approved by the Attorney General, and supported by the director of the CIA, who I point out at the time was the former Democratic staff director of this committee. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator.
You said that you were not a senior manager when those programs were created. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Was John Brennan a member of the Senior Intelligence Service and the Deputy Executive Director at the time a senior manager, in your opinion?
Senator, I believe Mr. Brennan was the deputy exter of the agency at that time.
And you'd consider that a senior manager position at the CIA?
I believe it's the number 4 position.
For John Brennan, who was confirmed to be the CIA director by the following members of this committee: Senator Warner, Senator Feinstein, Senator Heinrich, Senator Collins, Senator King, Senator Burr, Senator Manchin, Senator Wyden, and Senator Rubio.
And the good news for Haspel and the president is that Senator Manchin, just mentioned voting to confirm Brennan, has also announced he's going to vote to confirm Haspel, giving it bipartisan support and really a glide path to her installation as CIA director. For more on this, as well as the hostage rescue in North Korea, we're pleased to be joined by our friend Jed Babin. He is a former United States Deputy Undersecretary of Defense and a contributor to the Washington Times and American Spectator. Jed, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning, guys.
How many hours of that Haspel confirmation hearing did you log yesterday?
Oh, about 10 minutes worth before I got fed up and turned it off.
That's about right. That sounds about right. Any issues with Gina Haspel and her involvement with CIA at the time of the enhanced interrogation program in the 2000s?
Well, Gina Haspel's issue that I am concerned about is that she appears to be a Clapper Brennan type of person who is not really interested in doing what we need to do all of these, to deal with the terrorists. Let's put it that way.
What do we need to
some of
do?
the threats. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things we need to do, which we're not doing. Number one, we need to start filling up Gitmo again and subjecting these guys to long-term interrogation under our terms. We need to be, I'm not at this point going to advocate return to waterboarding, although it was both legal, proper, and moral when it was done. But there are
Well,
a lot
was
of
it
things that
effective
we need
though?
to be
Did we get any key information from waterboarding people?
Well, all I can tell you is that in his memoir, George Tenet, who was the head of the CIA at the time, said that the so-called enhanced interrogations, which obviously included waterboarding, produced more valuable intelligence than everything else we got, everything else from any source. So obviously we got some good information from it. And, again, the point comes down to everybody is talking about torture, and they're throwing around the word as if it really had a broader meaning than it does. The law, when it was occurred, the law as it was in 2001, between 2001 and 2005, when John McCain grandstanded to change the law through Congress, the law said that torture was defined very specifically in terms of, the intentional infliction of pain which caused lasting psychological harm. Now, waterboarding, as was demonstrated by the fact that we've been waterboarding our fighter pilots, bomber pilots, special operators for decades in so-called SEER schools, survival, escape, resistance, and evasion. That kind of a school, they waterboarded all of those people for a long, long time, and there was no lasting psychological harm. So, therefore, waterboarding was legal. It was not torture. Now, McCain's amendment muddied up the law and made it so that anything that is degrading or, I forget the precise terms, but inhumane, degrading, and so forth treatment was then outlawed. So, sure, I mean, waterboarding and slapping somebody's face are equated under that law now, and everything is torture. So that's a long way of saying that what we did then, we probably should still be able to do, and it did produce considerable value.
Well, let me ask you this. Despite your concerns about Haspel being a Brennan Clapper type, does the opposition to Haspel from Rand Paul and McCain, is that enough for you to vote for her were you a sitting senator?
Well, you mean the fact that they were opposing it would make you support them?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
The fact that Kamala Harris is against something means that I would automatically be in favor of it, subject to further proofs.
Yes, okay, fair enough. Switching gears, talking about this hostage return, the 3 Americans that were being held by the North Koreans in advance of this sit-down between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. Were you heartened not just by the return of Americans, obviously, but also President Trump making a note of Otto Warmbier, remembering Otto Warmbier, who was murdered by that regime while on the tarmac, sending a signal to North Korea, just because you did this doesn't mean I've forgotten who you are?
Well, yes, clearly Mr. Trump did the right thing. He has produced so far a great diplomatic success on North Korea. They've been promising, number one, to stop nuclear testing, stop missile testing, and have also already released 3 American hostages. So those are big wins already. And I think one of the things that has produced that is his cancellation of the Obama nuclear weapons deal with Iran, because Kim Jong-un now has the message that we're not making bad deals anymore, boys. So, if you want to come to the table and really make a good deal that we can verify, fine. But other than that, go pound sand.
Well, what does Kim Jong-un want?
Kim Jong-un wants us to withdraw from the Korean Peninsula. He wants to retake South Korea and unify the Korean Peninsula under his regime, and he wants us to, basically get out of the area. So that's not what's going to happen, obviously. And in the meantime, he's, I think, a little bit intimidated by what Mr. Trump has been doing. And quite frankly, we need to keep the pressure on. The sanctions that we have on them are literally strangling that country, although, frankly, he doesn't care because he and his military coterie are very well fed, very well cared for. But, the rest of North Korea is literally living in the cold and the dark.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un really fills out that Hillary pantsuit, no question about it. Jed Babin, former United States Deputy Undersecretary of Defense, contributor to the Washington Times and the American Spectator. Jed, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
21 books you do not have to read. But first, here's your forecast. It's plenty of sunshine right now, 73 degrees, but cooler near the lakefront, 60 for a high down there. And then it gets cold around here for a few days, folks. Tonight, a low of 45 with a possible shower. Tomorrow, occasional rain and thunderstorms. It's a big Cubs Sox series at Wrigley Field. Hopefully they'll get the game in. A high of 57 degrees. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Telemonte.
And we got major delays on the inbound Ryan with a crash in the express lanes at 59th Street. 3 left lanes are blocked. This especially affects the Bishop Ford. It's now 49 minutes from I-80 to the merge. I-57 at 29. And then the Ryan is 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Eden's 24 minutes, Lake Cook Junction, outbound 26. Kennedy, an hour and 6 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound an hour and 2 minutes. Eisenhower, an hour 5, 390 to downtown, 48 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 57 minutes, 390. Stevenson, an hour and 9 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Tri-State's all bottled up northbound from the Calsag Bridge to the 415th and Ridgeland, crash in the left lane. Then from 95th to Plainfield Road, crash in the right center lane. And from Roosevelt to North Avenue, the other tollways are heavy too. Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
The Cubs Sox series, I said it begins tomorrow. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow it's going to be cloudy, but I also said it's sunny out today. That's not sun. Those are clouds, okay?
Got it. Thank you.
That's
the corrections portion of our program. All right,
yes.
got that out of the way. Americans in every tax bracket got a tax cut thanks to the tax bill signed into law last year. The economy's growing. Wages are rising. Americans are feeling better about the future. And you've got more money to spend on what's important to you and your priorities. It is your money, after all. But Democrats in Congress who voted against the tax cuts are promising to raise your taxes if they win in November. They want to take your money back to spend on their priorities. Only you can stop them. Find out how much more of your money you get to keep instead of sending it to D.C. Go to taxcutswork.com now. There's an easy-to-use calculator. It'll tell you how much money the new tax cuts are saving you this year. Check your savings at taxcutswork.com. Then sign a letter to Congress telling them to keep their grubby hands off your tax cut savings. Go to taxcutswork.com. Because the money you're saving is yours, go to taxcutswork.com. Check your savings and let Congress know you want to keep your savings.
Do you know that I love carpet and I love lamp?
Brick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them?
I love lamp.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp.
And you love non sequiturs.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that use Balance of Nature as well.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. I take Balance of Nature because I know, I've seen it in my lab, and I know that it works. I've seen the immune response increase, I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection. And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof? I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. What about you?
I wanted to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Visit CVS.
Get a $10 cash card when you spend $30 on these great deals and more at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy. This week only, stock up on Scott paper towels for just $5.49 and surprise Mom with select Ferrero chocolates. Buy one, get one free. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details.
Visit CVS.
Gentlemen, when it comes to your daily health and quality of life, there are numbers every man needs to know, including our testosterone number. Hi, Dan Proft here. I personally recommend choosing my friends at Low T Center. That's where I got my levels tested. These guys are great. They make it quick and easy. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy, cause lack of motivation and drive. It can raise your cholesterol levels, cause weight gain, and loss of muscle mass. If you've been experiencing any of these symptoms, it's time to get your levels checked. At Low T Center, they accept most health insurance and will even verify it for you. Low T Center's physicians specialize in treating low T in men. It's been their specialty for many years. They know men's health, and they're reinventing men's health care. When it comes to your health and daily quality of life, do what I did. Get your numbers checked. You owe it to yourself. Call 312-239-3427. Tell them Dan Proft sent you. The number 312-239-3427. Call 312-239-3427 or go to lowtcenter.com for more information. That website again, lowtcenter.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You've heard me talk about Roland's Jewelers in downtown Libertyville. You know, they're the absolute perfect place to get a gift for the mother in your life. With Mother's Day around the corner, Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 13th. Well, at Roland's, you're going to find gifts that'll tell mom how much you love her, how much you appreciate her. I love the things that Roland's Jewelers offers. I wear a watch from there, one of these great Shinola watches. Roland's has designer brands for mom like Simon G. Now, Simon G believes everything you wear ought to reflect who you are. At Roland's, experience the elegant Simon G boutique with classic to unique designs to capture, well, your own personal style. Roland's Jewelers, the place to find memorable jewelry for mom this Mother's Day. They're the perfect stop. When you stop in to pick up a gift for mom, make sure to check out their newly designed showroom. They just had their grand reopening. Visit Roland's in downtown Libertyville. Just go to RolandsJewelers.com. Roland's is Rollands. Roland's Jewelers, a family-owned jeweler you can trust.
AM 560. The Answer.
Dan and Amy, GQ has put out a list. GQ, not that you go to GQ for literary advice, but 21 books you don't have to read. You know, all of the classics and the celebrated authors of a bygone era, they need to go. Because
what, they're not politically correct?
Right. It's the latest point in time, and the latest people in time are always the best in time.
Well, they yanked To Kill a Mockingbird from one school district in Illinois because it wasn't politically correct.
It's a good example. The Adventures of Huck Finn, this author suggests, nope, that needs to be dumped. You don't need to read Twain. Now, I don't have a problem with what she suggests as a replacement. She suggests some replacements for the books you don't have to read anymore.
50 Shades of Grey?
No. Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave. But Frederick Douglass wrote it, which is also excellent. But she totally misunderstands Huck Finn incredibly. Huck Finn is an anti-slavery polemic, right? People understand this? No, they don't, apparently, including this author. The Rise and the Ambassadors by Henry James. Like, everybody should read Henry James. She says, no, The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. You can read that, too. Also good. And here's the kicker. She, dump Salinger, dump Hemingway, dump David McCullough. These people are too, dump Kurt Vonnegut. Forget Slaughterhouse-Five because they're too, there's too much toxic masculinity. That basically comes back again and again throughout this list. Even from some of the men that are opining on these various books. Instead of the Bible, you don't have to read the Bible. Sort of the basis of this representative republic, our founding documents. Don't have to read it. The Holy Bible is rated very highly by all the people who supposedly live by it, but who in actuality have not read it. Those who have read it know there are some good parts, but overall, it is certainly not the finest thing that man has ever produced. It is repetitive, self-contradictory, sententious, foolish, and even at times ill-intentioned. If the thing you heard was good about the Bible was the nasty bits, then I propose The Notebook.
By Nicholas Sparks? No, you're kidding me. Oh.
Agatha Christoph.
Okay, but I'm just
that. But it wouldn't surprise me. Notebook. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It
wouldn't surprise me.
It's
either.
not Ryan Gosling with a shirt off replacing the Bible, but I wouldn't be surprised if others suggest that's a suitable substitute as well. Don't have to read the Bible.
Don't have to read The Lord of the Rings.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
this list goes
Joseph
on.
Heller. No, that's not.
No,
Get rid of Catch-22. You don't have to read that too. I love the Bibles on the list because it's at foolish and at times even ill-intentioned. It's the basis of the greatest country the world has ever seen. I hate to break it to the folks at GQ.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
What's next for Iran? We'll ask Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, President of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, at 8:38.
And there's been airstrikes in the area. We'll tell you who's responsible and what they're targeting. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
3 Americans held by North Korea back in the U.S. 62 degrees, cloudy skies. Morning, everyone. I'm Mike Scott. Vice President Mike Pence just told NBC's Today's Show that there's one person to thank.
It was all a direct result of the strong and clear leadership that President Trump has provided on the world stage.
3 now former prisoners landed at Joint Base Andrews near Washington, D.C. overnight with the president and vice president greeting them as they came off the military medical plane. The Treasury Department is investigating whether bank information of President Trump's personal attorney was leaked. Washington Post says the Treasury Inspector General is investigating after lawyer Michael Cohen's banking information was made public earlier this week. A deadly E. coli outbreak tied to romaine lettuce grown in Arizona, casting a wider net. The outbreak has spread to 29 states, most recently Florida, Minnesota, North Dakota, and Texas. 1 person has died. 148 others have been sickened. Former Illinois Congressman Mel Reynolds will be sentenced today in his tax case. In a memo filed this week, the ex-lawmaker is asking the judge to sentence him to 1-year probation. Leadership teams at Willow Creek Church in Barrington are apologizing to women who accuse the church founder, Bill Hybels, of misconduct. In a statement posted on their website, the elders of that church admitted at least some of the allegations were true. The founder recently retired from his leadership post at the church following claims that he behaved inappropriately with women in his congregation. More Illinois citizen soldiers are headed to Afghanistan. A detachment of a dozen or so Illinois National Guard troops left Springfield for training in Texas. Then they'll deploy to Afghanistan to work with Polish troops on the ground. Cubs beat the Marlins 13-4. White Sox lost to the Pirates 6-5, and the Fire 1-0 winners over the Impact in Bridgeview. The news is a service of Ace. Stop by your local Ace and take advantage of their biggest grill offer of the year. Free assembly, free delivery, and free fuel on their top grill brands, $3.99 and up. For Ace Rewards members only through May 14th. See participating stores for details. 8:34, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher sees another distraction from the media.
They're trying to distract from Iran and the showdown, the looming showdown perhaps between Israel and Iran. So what does the media do? They go into their crap file. They say, okay, here's a crap file. We got anonymous reports. John Kelly has called the president an idiot. Would it surprise you if that's the way they do business?
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer gives you multiple quote options, so you can pick what's right for you. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store.
featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
.835 and a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Mike, we're seeing big delays on the Tri-State northbound from Kedzie to be 415th and Ridgeland with a crash in the left lane. And from the mile-long bridge to Plainfield Road and from the Reagan Tollway to the Grand Avenue curve, southbound heavy 21 to 120, the Adams Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge and 95th past 115th. It's about Adams Tollway heavy lead to the Tri-State. Reagan Tollway, mild delay as far as Worth Wyola, York to the Tri-State. Northbound Veterans Memorial, out to the Reagan Tollway and Roosevelt to 290. It's heavy. It's southbound Army Trail to St. Charles. Eden's 20 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 29. The Kennedy, an hour and 2 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. Express lane save 12 minutes. The Eisenhower, an hour and 10 minutes. 390 to the Circle, 50 minutes from Manheim. Stevenson, an hour and 22 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 35 minutes. 95th to downtown. Heavier in the Express. Crash at 59. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Clouds and sun, 73 today. Cooler with considerable clouds overnight, maybe a late night shower, low 46. Currently 59 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Tasty Catering. Picnic better with tastycatering.com.
Hey, Joe Walsh here. North Korea would not be happening if not for Trump. We'll talk about it when Freedom returns at 5.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So it's been arguably a pretty good week of foreign policy successes and promises kept, at minimum, from the Trump administration, beginning with his announcement on Tuesday that we are out of this glide path to a nuclear Iran deal. And then, of course, culminating this morning with the return of 3 American hostages from North Korea in advance of Trump's sit-down with Kim Jong-un. For more on the Iran deal and what comes next, in addition to the reimposition of sanctions, we're pleased to be joined by our friend, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, former U.S. Navy lieutenant commander, and the author of the book, A Battle for the Soul of Islam. Dr. Jasser, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's great to be with you, Dan. Thank you.
So let me ask you something. We're talking to Bill Gertz from the Washington Free Beacon yesterday about this deal, or the removal of the U.S. from this deal, and the president's remarks directly to the Iranian people as part of his remarks. So essentially saying the revolution hasn't served you well for 40 years. I know you don't want this theocratic regime, and encouraging essentially the revolt against the Ayatollah. And Gertz thinks that the raw materials are there for a popular uprising that would depose the mullahs in the next 5 to 10 years and change the nature of Iran and thus the landscape in the Middle East. Do you think that's possible?
Oh, absolutely. And, many of us said this was not a deal to start with, let alone now that you look at the timing. I was against this deal from the beginning because we paid up front and got nothing in return. And in the end, basically gave Iran the green light to help do a genocide in Syria and be the worst actors in the region with abandon. So now, as of January 1st, the people of Iran have been rising up against their own people. And Bill is exactly right. There has been a confluence of opportunities, which is, if you look at the people marching, this revolution is even different than the one from 2009. What's different in 2009, it was really based in Tehran. It was more economic. This one is actually an anti-theocratic movement. They are marching in front of the schools of theology, the homes of the imams and the clerics that are driving the Islamic Republic. They're telling them in chants in the mosques that, we don't care about America and the West. We care about Iran, and you are deceiving us into believing that America is our problem. And that's why the Iranians just last week pushed forth an app that they want people to use on their phones, which is called the Death to America app, because they're losing the public campaign against America. So if there's anyone cheering what President Trump did in backing out, it is the people of Iran that are realizing that the Iranians are no longer going to get economic benefits from oppressing their own people, and that money that President Obama falsely told them was going to come to their own benefit of the people of Iran, they saw is actually going to help the military-industrial complex of Iran, Syria, and Russia.
How does the Death to America app work exactly?
Yeah,
Does it light up your phone? Does it set it on fire? Is it like a Tesla?
It's sadly, as funny as that is, it's basically a radicalization app that connects folks that are with the regime. So the regime isn't trying to reach out to the revolution. What they're trying to do is empower that 5-10% of the population that actually agrees with their Sharia theocratic state, and they're trying to unite them to counter that revolution. So it's crazy how much they have continued to radicalize their own population.
And it's, the Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. I don't know if you saw, but he tweets too. Not only does President Trump, and he tweeted yesterday about President Trump that this man's corpse will be worm food. So they're not,
as most corpses are.
Well, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, they're and then they burn the American flag or a picture of the American flag, during Iranian Parliament. Where is this going to go from here?
Yeah, it's interesting. You see their poster on their Twitter while the leading supreme leader tweets, but he doesn't let any of his own population tweet. On the other hand, you look at Press TV, Iranian television, their state-sponsored television, and actually they're more tepid. While they are bolstering against the West and saying this is just craziness, etc., they're also trying to shore up support from Europe. They're realizing that if Europe also backs up from all the economic kleptocratic ideas they've had to start businesses in Tehran and elsewhere, we had our own Ambassador Grinnell, who within a few days of arriving in Germany told the Germans, you need to start looking at winding up operations in Tehran. And the Germans responded by saying, oh, that's offensive. He shouldn't be telling us what to do. When in fact, we finally have a president now and his ambassadors and others that are leading from the front and not leading from behind. And Europe is going to start to realize that these investments in genocidal regimes and their so-called businesses are not going to be a way to feed that monster. And I think the long term is going to be returning to a sanctions regime, starting to punish regimes like Iran and Assad and others for doing what they felt they could do with abandon over the last 8 years. And I think ultimately, like Eli Lake spoke about in Bloomberg, was that the mettle of this policy shift will be shown in Syria. If Iran can now realize, and we saw yesterday with the strikes from Israel, if they start to realize, and the strikes from Israel also show that our allies, like Israel, now know that they have their back. So they're going to see, actually, I think, much greater containment of Iran over the next year or two. And then ultimately, as Bill mentioned, I think, launching of this revolution to much bigger proportions.
Well, one of the concerns by some kind of across the political spectrum who may be not as pro-Israel as, say, I am, are one, along with Jordan, are one erstwhile ally in the Middle East, suggests, this is Israel pulling us into more conflict in the Middle East. This ratchets up the potential for an Israeli-Iranian conflict or regional war. But it seems to me that Michael Oren we had on the show, I'm going to go through every guest we've had on the show over the last 2 weeks. Michael Oren, who we had on the show, Deputy Prime Minister of Israel last week, I thought he made an interesting point about what the Obama administration did in terms of incentivizing Arabs and Jews to come together to work together. Obama said he was going to try and do it through the incentive for peace. Instead, he brought Arabs and Jews together through a shared concern about Iranian hegemony in the region. And I guess the question is, can that shared concern about Iranian hegemony that brought the Israelis together, at least in some cooperation with the Saudis, for example, is that a foundation on which more can be built to promote long-standing stability in the region?
I think it's definitely a step forward. Sadly, President Obama, by abandoning our Sunni allies, made them go into sort of chaos where the Jordanians, the Saudis, the Egyptians, Sunni governments saw that we became Iranophilic and were basically emboldening their enemies. And Iran was becoming more and more powerful because not only did they now have the West in their pocket, but they had Russia and China. So now what we're seeing is recalibration of the stability, and I put that in quotation marks, stability of the 20th century, where the Sunnis find that we have their back, the Saudis and Egyptians and others, and the Jordanians, and they're actually cheering. I guarantee you there's no tears being shed about the Israeli rockets, no matter how anti-Israel the Jordanians or Saudis are. They've been talking to the Israelis. They like to see pushback against the Hezbollah threat on the northern border there. So I guarantee you they're happy about this. Now, me, as an advocate of the Arab awakening, I hope this is one step forward, but yet ultimately in the next 10, 20 years, just as I advocate for the Iranian revolution, I don't want to see a Middle East where we continue to embolden even the Sunni dictatorships either. But sadly, Obama put us in this position where we've had to reset the stability of the various regimes in the Middle East so that we can then move forward into more domestic movements to destabilize dictatorships that don't share our values.
Are there steps that President Trump should consider taking after the imposition of sanctions takes effect and has some teeth and changes the landscape, over the next 6 months? What else should he be doing to foment that revolt in Iran?
I think ultimately now he needs to start improving. He has a new appointee to the Office of Public Diplomacy, Heather Nauert, the former Fox News anchor, who now is going to be working with Secretary Pompeo on. I think we need to start moving into offense. Just as in the Cold War, we had Radio Free Europe. We need to start looking at, and I think John Bolton and Pompeo are going to be doing this, which is the best anti-nuclear program is weakening the Iranian economy, weakening any benefits they may feel into causing trouble in the region. And I think also the medal will be seen in Syria, and to decrease the sense of benefit from them having, foreign surrogate wars as they're doing. And also, as Senator Rubio pointed out a couple times this week, he said, we have to put them on notice that if they do anything in Iraq where the Shia surrogates for Iran are attacking our allies, be they Kurds, be they the Sunni forces or others, that we will push back. So President Trump, I think, this will work because somebody like President Obama could never have done this. President Trump doesn't have red lines that he just says, oh, by the way. Secretary Mattis and others have made it clear that our red lines mean something. So I think, if they test it, we'll push back. If they don't test it, I think they won't because they know that President Trump and his administration mean what they say.
Speaking of red lines, let's go to Syria. I know you have family there. You mentioned at the outset the idea that removing or walking away from this terrible Iranian nuclear deal may reset Iran's presence in Syria. But there's also word out about a pullback of funding of the White Helmets. Where is Syria from your perspective, and what should the American posture be towards the Assad regime at present?
Yeah, I think, listen, I'm not harboring any illusions that there is a solution in Syria that's clear to anybody. As our families suffer, I was very disappointed, if not depressed, that we've stopped supporting the White Helmets. I think that any support to them was, in the end, the vast majority of which was humanitarian. Now, can anybody guarantee all of those guys are great actors? No, you can't, but this is one of the worst wars on the planet right now. And we need to have a side there, and that side is not on Assad, it's not on the Islamists, And I think what will happen is as Iran has to pay a higher price for creating, missile launch pads and other things in the areas against Israel, they will begin to retract, especially as the economy, becomes weaker in Tehran. They won't have the financing to do so. And I think ultimately, as we look at a Syria strategy, we have to have a long-term strategy, which is to begin to slowly work with those groups. Why not? I would say President Trump's first step should be to reestablish support of the Kurds, both in Iraq and in Syria. So not only did we back away from the White Helmets, we backed away from the Kurd support, which sent a horrible signal. So I hope he can revisit that, step back. And then once we support the Kurds, we start to support some of those groups on the ground, either covertly, overtly, that share our values, and begin to, I think, look at a Bosnian solution that we used in the 90s, which is have the UN, through a UN protection force, begin to create no-fly zones, et cetera. But that's not something we would do alone. I think once Europe wakes up to what we're trying to do in Iran, they would then do exactly like they did in Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Serbia in the 90s.
He is Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, former U.S. Navy lieutenant commander, and author of the book A Battle for the Soul of Islam. Dr. Jasser, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Clouds right now, and it's going to be a pretty cool day. 73 for a high, but 60 degrees for a high at the lakefront. Tonight, late night showers, a low of 46. And for tomorrow, we're going to have breezy conditions, occasional rain, a possible thunderstorm, and a high in the mid-50s for that Cubs-Sox Crosstown Classic at Wrigley. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Amy, you're inbound Kennedy. Delay started Foster. It's an hour and 2 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 48 minutes from Montrose. 34 in the Express. Outbound 48 minutes to O'Hare. Eden's 20 minutes. Lake Cook to the Junction. Outbound 27. Eisenhower, an hour and 15 minutes. 390 to downtown. 50 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 54 to 390. Stevenson with a crash at LaGrange Yard at the left shoulder. It's an hour and 22 minutes. 355 to the drive. Outbound 44 minutes. Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. A crash at 59th is cleared out of the express lanes. It's got I-57 out 40 minutes. I-80 to the merge. Bishop Ford 55. Tollways are still pretty heavy, especially the Tri-State and the Veterans Memorial. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
Today, we want to share with you a chance to show your support for our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics by supporting the 100 Club of Chicago.
Too often, our police officers and first responders are treated like the enemy. They are overworked and underappreciated, and they face incredible scrutiny.
Today, you can be part of the solution, and you can promote your business in the process.
Right now, call 312-363-6680 and purchase a foursome at our upcoming golf outing at the Bolingbrook Golf Club on Thursday, June 14th for just $1,196. A portion of the proceeds will go to the 100 Club of Chicago, and as a business owner or marketing manager, you will receive 25 60-second commercials that will air right here on AM 560 Monday through Sunday between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Just call 312-363-6680 and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. That's 312-363-6680.
Or go to 560theanswer.com/golf.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
Hi, Hey, it's Amy Jacobson, and you know I love resting my head each night on a MyPillow. It's the only way I get proper rest and deal with Dan every morning. For the rest of your body, get the MyPillow mattress topper. It keeps your entire body comfy, cozy, and relaxed. The MyPillow mattress topper is 3 unique layers of comfort that evenly supports your body weight and helps relieve pressure points, plus keeps your body temperature regulated all night long. No more too hot or too cold. You'll get the same 10-year warranty you get with the MyPillow, plus the 60-day money-back guarantee, and it's made in America. Best of all, with the promo code Amy, you'll get 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, plus 2 free standard pillows. No kidding, 2 standard MyPillows for free. Go online or call now and don't miss out. Call 800-489-0201, promo code Amy, or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy. Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
Hey, we know replacing your roof is a big deal and a big decision. This is Mark Olson.
And Greg Olson, the boys from Crumweedy. If your roof is needy,
call Crumweedy. We would love to do your roof. Why choose Crumweedy to do your roof or roof repairs?
It's all about installation. Our guys are pros. When we install your roof, you'll get the Crumweedy promise of installation that's up to manufacturer specifications, so your warranty is intact. You'll be happy.
Cost. We give you a good, better, best option. You choose. No high pressure.
We're here. We're a 3rd-generation family business that was built on the same conservative values as you.
We do business the right way. We have a special offer that includes free gutters with a new roof. Ask about it. When your roof is needy,
call Crumweedy. 630-595-8020. 630-595-8020.
Get all the info at myroofisneedy.com. myroofisneedy.com.
This is Dan Proth with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. To